Chapter 130. Is anyone here? Lin Xian walked in and shouted. There was a door in the big villa in front of him. Of course, the door wasn't locked, but Lin Xian felt that it wasn't appropriate to just walk in like that. So Lin Xian still shouted. Ling Ying, who was in the back garden, was slightly stunned when he heard it. Why does this voice sound so familiar? It sounds like Lin Xian. Why is Lin Xian here? Why would someone come here to ask if there's anyone here? Qin Xiaotian was curious. Then, Ling Ying jumped off the swing and walked into the house. Qin Xiaotian didn't follow him. He walked to the place where Han Chushua was painting. He looked at the person in the painting and frowned slightly. Is this the person that Han Chushua likes? Qin Xiaotian sneered. Among all the women, he naturally liked Han Chushua the most. How should he put it? A girl like Yi Yi couldn't arouse Qin Xiaotian's desire to conquer her. He wanted to conquer a noble and cold ice goddess like Han Chushua. Only by conquering such a woman would it be the best for a man. Yi Yi was the daughter of a rich family, but she was gentle and virtuous. The pleasure of conquering her was far less than Han Chushua's. But Han Chushua didn't even care about him. Although on the surface, Qin Xiaotian was pursuing Yi Yi. In fact, he wanted to pursue Han Chushua more. He just temporarily changed his target and let Han Chushua think that he didn't have any improper thoughts about her. Then he would find a chance to make his move. On the other hand, if he could capture Yi Yi, it wouldn't be a loss. The door was opened. Lin Xian saw Ling Ying holding a lollipop in front of him and then grinned. Seeing Lin Xian, Ling Ying suddenly had a headache. What are you doing here? I'm here to play with you. Can I go in? Ling Ying rolled his eyes and then nodded. Come in. Go in where? Ling Ying was still stunned, but in the next second, he immediately understood what Lin Xian meant. Die. Lin Xian walked in with a smile. When he reached Ling Ying's side, he took the opportunity to snatch the lollipop from her hand and put it in his mouth. You. Ling Ying was embarrassed and angry. That was the lollipop she had just eaten. Ding. Sensed Ling Ying's humiliation and anger. Scumbag value plus 20,000. So sweet. Lin Xian looked at Ling Ying and smiled. Who? Ling Ying took a deep breath. Alright. I'll get used to it. Have you seen Han Chushua? Ling Ying asked as he closed the door behind him. No, what's wrong? Lin Xian said as he sat on the sofa. Ling Ying took the opportunity to sit not far away from him and said, logically speaking, you should have seen her after you left. Lin Xian thought for a bit and said, I remember now. I think I did see a girl in a white dress. It should be her. Ling Ying slightly nodded and said, yes. Is she as pretty as me? Her. She's definitely not as pretty as you. Although he knew that Lin Xian was more likely to be lying, Ling Ying still felt a little happy when he heard this. Ding. Sensed Ling Ying's happiness, scumbag value plus 10,000. A man's mouth is a liar. Ling Ying snorted. Lin Xian held back his laughter. Women. Even though they were happy in their hearts, they were still acting arrogant. Where's Qin Xiaotian? Lin Xian looked around and didn't see Qin Xiaotian. You came to find him? Ling Ying was slightly surprised. Of course not. I came to find you. I missed you. Lin Xian said as he put his hand around Ling Ying's waist. Ling Ying quickly slapped Lin Xian's hand away. I'm warning you. Don't do anything stupid, Ling Ying said with a fierce look. So what's your decision? Lin Xian looked at Ling Ying with a smile. Ling Ying naturally knew what Lin Xian meant. She was considering whether to be his girlfriend or not. Give me some more time. Alright. If you haven't decided, I won't force you. Lin Xian knew that sometimes forcing things would backfire. Why are you looking for Qin Xiaotian? Do you know him? Ling Ying pushed Lin Xian's hand away and rolled her eyes at him. I'm not looking for him. Forget it. You've been looking around since you came in. You must be looking for someone. Plus, you asked Qin Xiaotian the moment you came in. You must be looking for him. Lin Xian. Damn. This woman was so smart. If he were to date her in the future, would she be able to tell if he was having an affair? Alright. Actually, I'm here to meet him. As for why, you don't need to know. Ling Ying shrugged. Alright. He's in the back garden. Are you coming? I'm not going. Lin Xian's hand started to move again. Ling Ying glared at him and quickly sat down on the sofa opposite them. Man. This was a man. Lin Xian didn't seem to care. He looked at Ling Ying and asked, "Are you close to him?" "Not close. We just know each other." "Why? Are you jealous?" Ling Ying smirked. "Yeah, I'm jealous. How about I go to your house tonight?" Lin Xian asked. Ling Ying, "Get lost." Lin Xian, Hey. Can you be more ladylike? Do you live alone?" "So what?" Ling Ying rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. "Then cook for me when you're free. I think your cooking is pretty good. Is that okay?" "We'll talk about it when I'm free," Ling Ying said unhappily. Lin Xian definitely wanted to go to her house and take advantage of her. That was definitely the case. Men. Bah. Do you have a guest? At this moment, the door to the back garden was pushed open and Qin Xiaotian walked in. The moment he walked in, Lin Xian and Qin Xiaotian looked at each other until Qin Xiaotian walked to his side. "Lin Xian?" Qin Xiaotian looked at Lin Xian in surprise. During this period, ever since Lin Xian started being high profile, Qin Xiaotian hadn't been around. He had just arrived at the Sky Martial Court, so he hadn't heard about this. Therefore to him, Lin Xian was still a good-for-nothing. Therefore Lin Xian's appearance here, and even talking to Ling Ying surprised him. "So you know Lin Xian?" Ling Ying didn't know what kind of grudge existed between them. Her question was just a simple one. Qin Xiaotian chuckled. I don't really know him. I heard that there was a person called Lin Xian who couldn't cultivate in the Sky Martial Court, so I paid extra attention to him. That's how I recognized him." As he spoke, Qin Xiaotian sat on the other side of the sofa, crossed his legs, and poured himself a cup of tea. "Yes, I don't really know him. However, young Master Qin doesn't really know me, but I know young Master Qin very well." Lin Xian smiled and looked at Qin Xiaotian. "That's normal. After all, there aren't many people in the Sky Martial Court who don't know me." Qin Xiaotian took a sip of tea and said with a tone full of arrogance. Lin Xian stretched out his hand and shook it. No. I didn't know young Master Qin from the Sky Martial Court. You came to my house as a guest 3 years ago. Have you forgotten?" Chapter 131. Qin Xiaotian's movements suddenly stopped. A sharp glint flashed in his eyes, but it was gone in a flash. Then he smiled, took another sip, and said with a smile, "Lin Xian, you must be joking. We don't even know each other. How could I have been to your house as a guest? It was 3 years ago." "Oh, did I remember wrongly? Maybe I did. I'm sorry." Lin Xian smiled apologetically. Ling Ying was very smart. Although she did not know anything, she could tell that Lin Xian was definitely implying something. Something must have happened between him and Qin Xiaotian. She was sure. Qin Xiaotian secretly clenched his fists. He had thought that Lin Xian had forgotten about this matter. Now it seemed like he had been pretending to be crazy in order to survive for the past 3 years. Qin Xiaotian remembered that he had killed Lin Xian. He had probably shattered his heart with a palm strike. As for how he had survived, Qin Xiaotian was not too sure. It was possible that he had survived. After all, Lin Xian had not completely breathed his last. If he had been treated in time, there was a possibility that he could have survived. When he saw Lin Xian again, Qin Xiaotian was filled with killing intent. However, after observing for a few days, he realized that Lin Xian did not seem to recognize him anymore. It was as if there was something wrong with his head. At that time, when Lin Xian had been reborn on Earth, Qin Xiaotian did not continue to make a move. He did not want to expose himself. He felt that if Lin Xian really remembered those things, the first thing he would do would not be to continue his lessons at Tiantian Academy, but to expose the news about him. However, he did not do so. Therefore, Qin Xiaotian was sure that Lin Xian had forgotten. But now, Lin Xian had actually taken the initiative to expose this matter to him. Of course, he understood the meaning behind his words. In other words, he was either faking it before, or he remembered it now. Therefore, Qin Xiaotian once again had killing intent towards Lin Xian. He only regretted not making a move at that time. But at the same time, he was also very puzzled. What right did Lin Xian have to expose this matter to him? "Ling Ying, you know Lin Xian too?" Qin Xiaotian pretended to be nonchalant. "Yes, I do. Ling Ying was a smart woman, so she was naturally very sensitive. She could feel that Lin Xian was hostile towards Qin Xiaotian, so she didn't say much. She was afraid that she would reveal some information about Lin Xian to Qin Xiaotian. Qin Xiaotian asked Ling Ying this question because she wanted to hear some information about Lin Xian from Ling Ying's words. However, Ling Ying was very smart. He only said that they knew each other, and there was no follow-up. Naturally, he wouldn't be able to get anything. Yes, I met Senior Ling Ying in the Demon Beast domain. At that time, Senior Ling Ying was fighting with a high-level arcane body realm demon beast. I helped her a few times, and that's how we met. Lin Xian smiled. Of course it was fake, but what did it reveal? It revealed that he, Lin Xian, was an existence that could fight against a high-level arcane body realm demon beast. In other words, he wasn't a trash anymore, but an arcane body realm demon beast. With this sentence, Lin Xian was actually provoking Qin Xiaotian. You're awesome, if you have the guts, then come mess with me again. Since Qin Xiaotian was here, Lin Xian would be a coward if he continued to be afraid. Although Lin Xian's current level was definitely lower than Qin Xiaotian's, Lin Xian wasn't afraid. He wanted to act like he was deliberately provoking Qin Xiaotian, and let him guess what he was doing. Because Qin Xiaotian would definitely think that since Lin Xian dared to provoke him, then he must have some kind of confidence. There might even be some kind of conspiracy waiting for him to make a move on Lin Xian. In this kind of situation, the possibility of Qin Xiaotian making a move on Lin Xian was lower, and it was actually safer. On the other hand, if Lin Xian didn't say that, Qin Xiaotian would definitely find out from the academy students that Lin Xian could cultivate and was also an arcane body realm demon beast. Without Lin Xian's threat and some kind of non-existent confidence, he would instead make a move on Lin Xian. No matter what, Lin Xian was someone who had lived 2 lives. Although he hadn't lived for too long in both lives, he was still much stronger than Qin Xiaotian in terms of mental state and shrewdness. This move was actually a disguised form of loosening the reins only to grasp them better. It was obvious that he wanted you to make a move, but he wouldn't dare to make a move. Obviously Lin Xian was right. The more Lin Xian acted like this, the more Qin Xiaotian felt that something wasn't right. Ling Ying nodded and said, "Yeah, at that time, if it wasn't for Lin Xian's help, I might have been in danger. So you can cultivate, and you're even in the arcane body realm. Congratulations, congratulations." Qin Xiaotian laughed. Lin Xian also laughed. What's there to congratulate? Even an arcane body realm demon beast isn't young Master Qin's opponent. Isn't that right? My wish is to reach young Master Qin's level. How cool is that? It's easy to pick up girls, right? You're talking about picking up girls. If you're strong, you do have some capital. However, some girls aren't that easy to chase. For example, Yi Yi, who I'm chasing now. How do I put it? Although I think I can get her, I still need to spend some time. Qin Xiaotian said with a light laugh, but he was thinking about something in his heart. Yi, she's okay. She came to my house yesterday. What? Qin Xiaotian frowned. If you don't believe me, you can ask Senior Ling Ying. Ling Ying was speechless. What was this Lin Xian trying to do? He was clearly provoking Qin Xiaotian. Ling Ying then said with a smile, there is such a thing. Although Ling Ying didn't know what was going on, and although she didn't want Lin Xian and Qin Xiaotian to confront each other like this, since Lin Xian said so, she could only go along with Lin Xian's words. Young Master Qin, don't misunderstand. Yi and I are just friends, normal friends. Lin Xian said with a smile, emphasizing the word normal. Little guy, you think you're awesome. Young Master, I'll flirt with you to death. That's not bad. Yi doesn't have many male friends. Qin Xiaotian still had that gentlemanly expression, but in his heart, he already wanted to kill Lin Xian. However, he knew that he couldn't, at least not for the time being. Before he figured out some things, he definitely couldn't make a move. It was very likely that he would fall into Lin Xian's trap when he made a move. How about this, you guys continue chatting. I haven't gone to look for Yi since I returned to Tianhua Academy. If she's unhappy later, I'll take my leave first. With that, Qin Xiaotian walked out of the villa. Lin Xian laughed disdainfully in his heart. He was still acting cool. Did he think that Yi Yi would be unhappy that the first thing he did when he returned was not to look for Yi Yi? He really thought too highly of his position in Yi Yi's heart. After Qin Xiaotian left, Ling Ying hurriedly looked at Lin Xian and asked, "What's going on? You and Qin Xiaotian shouldn't have crossed paths before. What's going on? Could it be because of Yi? Why do you ask? You're pursuing Yi, and Qin Xiaotian is pursuing Yi. Both of you are love rivals. Is that why you're hostile towards him?" Ling Ying asked. Chapter 132. Lin Xian didn't think that Ling Ying would think this way. But it was quite normal. If that's the reason, would you be unhappy? No, I don't have anything to do with you. Why would I be unhappy? Women, hypocritical women. Ling Ying, go die. Ling Ying directly threw a pillow at Lin Xian. Lin Xian nimbly dodged and said, "If that's what you think, then I'm too petty. Does it count? Competing with another man for the woman you like is petty?" Ling Ying didn't quite understand. Ling Ying felt that if two men competed for a woman, it would be a great move. Actually, Lin Xian thought about it, and then stopped. "You can't say it." Ling Ying's expression also became serious as she looked at Lin Xian. Lin Xian shook his head. "It's not that I can't say it, it's just that." "Just what?" "If you were my girlfriend, then I could tell you, but you're not, Sai." Ling Ying. Damn it. This Lin Xian still wanted to hit on her. "In the end, you still don't believe me." Ling Ying rolled her eyes. "That's not it after all. I've already entered your body. How can I not believe you?" Ding. Felt Ling Ying's anger. Scumbag value plus 50,000. In the next second, a sofa was thrown over. Damn. Lin Xian hugged the sofa. This was only a single-seat sofa, so he could still hug it. Plus, Lin Xian's strength wasn't weak. Lin Xian put the sofa to the side and stared at the blushing Ling Ying in front of him and muttered, "Crazy woman. Say that again and I'll kill you." Ling Ying gritted her teeth and glared at Lin Xian. "Then come if you're willing." Lin Xian looked like he was ready to die. Ling Ying took a deep breath and sat on the sofa next to him. He tried to control the urge to strangle Lin Xian. Lin Xian shrugged slightly, then looked at Ling Ying and said, "What do you think of Qin Xiaotian's character?" Ling Ying was slightly surprised. Then, he really thought about it carefully and said, "Not bad. He's talented, and he doesn't act like a spoiled brat. He's gentlemanly, polite, humble, and occasionally high profile." "That's true. Do you like him?" "Like your mother." Ling Ying immediately cursed. The corner of Lin Xian's mouth twitched. No. What I mean is, what do you think of this person as your ideal boyfriend?" Ling Ying shook his head. "How should I put it? He's really outstanding, but Chushua doesn't like him. So for some reason, I'm a bit repulsed by him." Han Chushua? Yeah. Before he pursued Yi Yi, Qin Xiaotian pursued Han Chushua. However, she didn't even spare him a glance. She even hated him to the point of disgust. I asked her about it, and she just said that her intuition told her to hate him. Lin Xian rubbed his chin. This Han Chushua was quite something. She could actually tell a person's good and bad with just her intuition. "Why do you ask? Are you saying that Qin Xiaotian is two-faced?" "I didn't say that. You said it." "TSK, that's exactly what you meant." "Although I don't know why. Chushua hates him and you hate him, so I think there must be a reason. If you don't want to say it, then I won't ask. However, I just want to tell you that Qin Xiaotian is much stronger than you. Don't go. At least don't provoke him for the time being." Ling Ying looked at Lin Xian seriously and said. Lin Xian's lips curled into a cold smile. "I've avoided him for 3 years. I'm tired of mocking myself. So from now on, I'm no longer afraid of Qin Xiaotian. What he owes me will be paid back soon. I believe that soon you and everyone else will know the true face of a certain person." Ling Ying frowned slightly. She felt killing intent from Lin Xian. It was the same killing intent that Lin Xian had towards Qin Xiaotian. What happened between them? After a few seconds, Lin Xian came back to his senses. His face once again showed that playful expression. "Little Ying, I want to eat the food you cook." Ling Ying. Originally, she was going to refuse, but when she felt Lin Xian's special emotions, she felt an inexplicable pain in her heart. She couldn't even bear to refuse. How about the night after tomorrow? I'm going out with Chushua tonight. Ling Ying looked at Lin Xian. Okay. Lin Xian grinned. If he could go to Ling Ying's house alone, wouldn't taking her down be a piece of cake? This kind of environment was the most intimate, and there were absolutely no outsiders. Lin Xian was quite confident. Then I'll be going first. You're not going to wait? Ling Ying's lips curled up slightly. Wait for what? Han Chushua. She'll probably be back soon. Didn't you want to chase her? Didn't you want to sleep with her? Don't forget our bet. Ling Ying smiled wickedly. Lin Xian coughed awkwardly. If it works, won't you be jealous? Tisk, why would I be jealous? Then if you agree to be my girlfriend, will you still be like this? Of course. If you can hook up with other girls, that's your ability. If you can get her to sleep with you, that's also your ability. If you can convince her to sleep with you, then you're even more capable. As for me, Ling Ying thought for a moment and said, up to you. Lin Xian couldn't help but admire Ling Ying. This woman was interesting. Even if they were boyfriend and girlfriend, she didn't mind him hooking up with other girls outside? No. How could he believe a woman's words? She said so now. But maybe when she really became his girlfriend in the future, it would be a different story. Ha ha ha, then I'll be very capable. When the time comes, I hope you don't mind if there are 7 or 8 people in bed. Ling Ying laughed flirtatiously. Then can your old body take it? Don't you know if I can take it or not? Ling Ying. Suddenly recalling the day when she was tortured half to death by Lin Xian, Ling Ying was really scared. If she was really alone, then it wouldn't be a problem of whether Lin Xian could take it or not, but whether she, Ling Ying, could take it or not. Since ancient times, there were only cows that died of exhaustion, but there was no land that could be plowed. Why did Ling Ying feel that Lin Xian, this cow, couldn't be tired to death? Pay. Ling Ying's pretty face turned red. She actually thought of this for no reason. Lin Xian was even more confused. The inexplicable system notification sounded. Ling Ying was embarrassed. What was this girl thinking in her head that was inappropriate for children? Go to hell. You're just a loser who took drugs. Ling Ying gritted her teeth and glared at Lin Xian with a red face. Lin Xian. Okay, remember what you said now. I hope you won't call me daddy when the time comes. Lin Xian finished speaking and got up to leave. I'll call your mom. Ling Ying couldn't help but roar. Recommendation vote. Chapter 133. Lin Xian, on the other hand, walked out in a relaxed manner. Ling Ying would be going to his house for dinner the day after tomorrow. As for what would happen the day after tomorrow, it would depend on Lin Xian's abilities. However, Lin Xian felt that it was a good thing. After all, they had already completed the most difficult step. It would be much easier to do the next step. I have to get the reward for Ling Ying's mission as soon as possible. I wonder what kind of martial skill it is. Lin Xian muttered to himself as he walked back to Class 10. Outside Class 10, there were no less than 30 girls crowding the corridor outside. Sometimes there would even be excited screams. Qin Xiaotian. Lin Xian. Hypocrite. I wonder what you'll look like when you take off your hypocritical exterior. I'm looking forward to it. Lin Xian sneered as he walked in. Big Brother Xian. Big Brother Xian is here. When they saw Lin Xian, the people from Class 10 quickly greeted him. Qin Xiaotian looked over and frowned. Is Lin Xian that famous in the Sky Martial Court now? When he, Qin Xiaotian, entered Class 10, not many people greeted him, not to mention calling him young Master Qin. This contrast made Qin Xiaotian a little angry. At this moment, Qin Xiaotian was sitting next to Yi Yi. Yi Yi was playing with her phone with Lu Yufan. She even wore earphones. Qin Xiaotian sat there and watched. Sometimes he would talk to Yi Yi. Yi Yi heard him, but pretended not to hear him. It wasn't that Yi Yi hated Qin Xiaotian. She just wanted to use this method to make him retreat. Yi Yi really didn't like Qin Xiaotian. Qin Xiaotian was always harassing her, and Yi Yi had rejected him many times. If it wasn't for Yi Yi's good personality and Qin Xiaotian's noble status, she would have been angry a long time ago. Qin Xiaotian, who seemed to be infatuated in the eyes of outsiders, actually won the praise of many people. Many people even said that Yi had a heart of stone. Qin Xiaotian was so outstanding and treated her so well, yet she kept rejecting him. Oh, young Master Qin is playing games with Yi? Lin Xian walked over with a smile on his face. Then he glanced at Lu Yufan and said, "Get up, get up." Lu Yufan immediately. He quickly moved to the side. Then, Lin Xian sat in the middle of Yi and Lu Yufan. Qin Xiaotian frowned. What did Lin Xian mean by this? Big brother Xian, have some tea. Yi Xiang quickly handed a cup of tea to Lin Xian. Big brother Xian, let me massage your shoulders. Another lackey said. Forget it. Little Fan, come and give me a massage. Lin Xian said to Lu Yufan, who was beside him. Okay. Then help me play games with Yi. Lu Yufan wasn't stupid. She was extremely smart, and knew that Qin Xiaotian was beside her. She didn't like Qin Xiaotian, and liked Lin Xian more. She also wanted Qin Xiaotian to see how big the gap between him and Lin Xian was. Then, Lu Yufan obediently handed the phone to Lin Xian, and ran behind Lin Xian to massage his shoulders. Qin Xiaotian's frown deepened. This was a treatment that even he couldn't receive. Why could Lin Xian do it? Lin Xian played with his phone and said to Yi Xiang, "Can't you see that young Master Qin is here too? Why don't you guys pour him a cup of tea? Big brother Xian, you're our boss. If you don't ask us to pour tea, we won't dare. Isn't that right?" Yi Xiang winked at the crowd and said. Lin Xian laughed in his heart. This Yi Xiang is smart. Very smart. Qin Xiaotian was currently in a predicament. He was one of the top experts in the Sky Martial Court. Not only did the people in the beginner class not call him young Master Qin, they didn't even pour tea for him. It didn't matter. However, they were so respectful to Lin Xian. Didn't this mean that they respected and feared Lin Xian? On the other hand, he, a top expert in the advanced class, didn't care about these people in the beginner class? Shouldn't it be the other way around? Do you dare to do it now? Lin Xian glanced at Yi Xiang. Since Big Brother Xian has spoken, we naturally have to do it. Young Master Qin, please don't mind us. We all listen to Big Brother Xian. We've neglected you before. Wang Lin, go pour a cup of tea for young Master Qin. Okay. Qin Xiaotian's expression became even gloomier, but he still maintained his gentlemanly demeanor. It's fine. I don't care about these things. Lin Xian played with his phone and said, Young Master Qin, please don't mind them. Everyone respects you. It's just that these people aren't quick to react. Don't they know who you are, young Master Qin? They still have to wait for me to order them to pour tea for you. Seriously? Yi Xiang quickly said, Young Master Qin, I'm really sorry. It's fine. However, Qin Xiaotian secretly clenched his fist. At this moment, a few girls ran in from outside. Xiaotian, we really like you. Can you give us an autograph? Yeah. We've really liked you for a few years. We're all your fans. The girls' faces were flushed red. Of course, no problem. It's my honor to be liked by all of you. Qin Xiaotian smiled and took their pens. Then what? Yi Xiang, how the hell do you do things? Did Laozi tell you that if you're not a member of our class 10, if there's nothing important, if it's not related to our class 10, you won't be allowed to enter? Break one of their legs. Did I say that? This? Yi Xiang was stunned for a moment, then hurriedly said, Brother Xian, I'm really sorry. It's our fault, but breaking their legs. After all, it's a girl. Then chase them out. Damn it, rules are rules. Without rules, nothing can be accomplished. Since there are rules, then we have to follow them. Chase all of them out. Those who don't go out, even if they're girls, break their legs and throw them out. Lin Xian said angrily. Yes. Soon after, a group of people surrounded the girls. Did you hear that? Hurry up and get out. This is the rule of class 10. If you're not from class 10, you can't enter. Scram. Then the girls were chased out just like that. Ding! Feeling the deep resentment from the girl, scumbag value plus 100,000. Seriously, do you really think that all of them are as special as you, young Master Qin? Young Master Qin, of course you can come and go as you please, but these people, I'm really sorry, the rules of class 10 are like this. I'll have to trouble young Master Qin. If you want to sign, please move outside the door and sign for them. Lin Xian pretended to be apologetic to Qin Xiaotian. Ka. Qin Xiaotian clenched his fists tightly, and even a ka sound could be heard. He had 10,000 ways to kill Lin Xian, but he couldn't get angry, he couldn't make a move. At least, if he made a move now, then he would be in the wrong, and his perfect character would collapse. Furthermore, Yi was still here. You're right, rules are indeed important. Then, I'll go and sign for them first. Then, Qin Xiaotian walked out with a gloomy face. Chapter 134. When they met again, Lin Xian firmly suppressed Qin Xiaotian. Aren't you awesome? Then it's useless even if I let you be awesome. You can only swallow your anger here. Does it feel good? Of course Lin Xian felt good. Little Fan, come over here. Lin Xian waved to Lu Yufan, who was massaging his shoulders, and then patted Qin Xiaotian's seat. Lu Yufan instantly understood and sat down. The current situation was that Yi was in the middle, with Lin Xian and Lu Yufan to her left and right. Even if Qin Xiaotian came, he wouldn't be able to sit next to Yi. Lin Xian, this move of yours is too ruthless, hee. Lu Yufan knew that Qin Xiaotian was always pestering Yi, and Yi had told him many times that she didn't like him. But he still pestered her, so Lu Yufan was quite disgusted. Perseverance was a good thing when chasing a girl, but there were many things he did that he didn't consider Yi's feelings at all. It was like the pride in his heart made him think that chasing Yi was his business, and that he could do whatever he wanted. There was no need to consider Yi at all. Lin Xian, he'll hate you if you do this. Yi looked at Lin Xian and whispered. Lin Xian smiled and said, if he hates me then so be it. It doesn't matter if he hates me more or less. Are you annoyed by Qin Xiaotian? Yi thought for a moment and said, it's not particularly annoying. I just don't like him. But he always comes to me, and sometimes he doesn't care about my feelings, so then it's annoying. Yi didn't say anything. How about this? When he comes back, I'll tell him that you're my girlfriend, and then you'll kiss me. Then he won't bother you anymore. Yi's pretty face turned slightly red. No way. You just want to take advantage of me. Lin Xian sighed and said, so I'm such a wretched person in your heart. Forget it, I won't talk about it. No. Yi quickly said. Then Lin Xian grinned and said, what kind of image is that? Yi lowered her little head, then took out her earphones and said, good friends. Just a good friend. A what? Lin Xian. This was awkward. She had wanted to hook up with him again. However, Yi's words directly blocked Lin Xian's words. I'm serious. You can pretend to be my girlfriend. This way, Qin Xiaotian won't bother you anymore after he finds out. How straightforward would that be? No, you'll be in danger. His family is powerful. If you provoke him like this, not only you, but Sister Yaya might also be in danger, Yi quickly said. Lu Yufan also nodded. That's right. Qin Xiaotian is still very powerful. Oh, that means that in your heart, if I provoke this Qin Xiaotian, not only will he attack me, but he will also attack innocent people? Yi didn't understand Lin Xian's meaning. Anyway, she nodded her head according to her heart. That means that in your subconscious, Qin Xiaotian is a despicable person. I didn't say that. Yi was confused. Did she say that? But if he's not a despicable person, why are you afraid that he will attack my sister? Only despicable people will harm innocent people, right? Yi really frowned and thought for a while. That's right. Why did she think that if Lin Xian and Qin Xiaotian had a conflict, Qin Xiaotian would even attack the innocent Linya? She didn't seem to have thought about this matter clearly. Maybe. There's a plot like this in many TV dramas. Then I thought that way. This was also the answer Yi could give herself. But aren't the villains usually the ones who do this in TV dramas? Lin Xian looked at Yi with a smile. Yi didn't say anything. She didn't know why she subconsciously thought that Qin Xiaotian would do this. He would do something like the villains in TV dramas. Qin Xiaotian was clearly a gentleman and a good person. He shouldn't be like this. I don't know either. Lin Xian actually understood Yi's feelings. This was a woman's sixth sense. Think about it. If a man who was strong, had a strong family background, was elegant, courteous, cultured, and was especially handsome went after a girl, the girl might reject him. That was because she was reserved. Or like Yi, if she didn't like him, she didn't like him, but she definitely wouldn't be disgusted, because this person's character was here. A girl couldn't possibly be disgusted by such a man. And Yi's words actually revealed that she was disgusted by Qin Xiaotian. There was a possibility that this disgust came from Qin Xiaotian pestering Yi, but it was definitely one aspect. Lin Xian felt that the other aspect came from a girl's intuition. The way a man looked at a girl could even make a sensitive girl subconsciously like or dislike him from the bottom of her heart. Obviously, Qin Xiaotian was the latter. A hypocrite was a hypocrite after all. He could disguise himself in everything, and he could be elegant and courteous in front of others. But sometimes an action, a word, or a look could expose him. And girls were more sensitive. Perhaps when he inadvertently revealed a look that made Yi feel disgusted. Alright, let's not think about this. You guys play. I'll watch. Lin Xian handed the phone to Lu Yufan. After a while, Qin Xiaotian walked back. When he came back, he saw Lu Yufan sitting in his original seat. Lin Xian had already returned the phone to her. They were playing games. And Lin Xian was lying next to Yi, watching her play. There should have been a seat that belonged to him, but it was gone now. And he couldn't say anything, because he wasn't Yi's boyfriend. What right did he have to make Lin Xian or Lu Yufan move aside, so that Qin Xiaotian could sit there? At this moment, Lin Xian raised his head and glanced at Qin Xiaotian. In that instant, the haze in his eyes disappeared, and his usual smile reappeared on his face. Young Master Qin, why are you standing there? Sit. Lin Xian patted the seat next to him, as if he was very friendly, but in fact he was taunting Qin Xiaotian. What he meant was that Qin Xiaotian could only sit next to him, Lin Xian, while he, Lin Xian, could sit next to Yi. Qin Xiaotian shook his head slightly. I won't sit. Standing for a while is good enough. That's why an expert is an expert. Every move and style is usually practiced. I'm impressed. Lin Xian smiled, then looked at Yi and said, the chicken soup you gave me when you went to my house last time was really delicious. When are you going to make some for me again? Yi nodded without hesitation. Okay, Fan and I will go to your house on the weekend. Chapter 135. That's right, Lin Xian did it on purpose. He did it on purpose to attack Qin Xiaotian. Did you see that? Yi went to Lin Xian's house and personally made soup for him. But what about you, Qin Xiaotian? Every day, you're by Yi's side and by her food, but Yi doesn't want it. That's the difference. Just in time. When I'm free, I'll pay a visit to your house, Lin Xian. Qin Xiaotian looked at Lin Xian and said. However, he didn't hide the fact that he was looking at Lin Xian, because he was sure that Lin Xian was deliberately provoking him. When Lin Xian heard Qin Xiaotian's words, he sneered in his heart. This Qin Xiaotian was also threatening him, Lin Xian. Okay, you're always welcome. After all, it's an honor for a big shot like young Master Qin to visit my house. You know my address, right? I haven't moved yet. Qin Xiaotian smiled and nodded. And I'll go if I have the chance. I still have some things to do here. You guys have fun, I'll leave first. I'll leave first. Bye-bye. Then Qin Xiaotian walked away with a gloomy face. Lin Xian and Qin Xiaotian were playing mind games, and Lin Xian believed that he could definitely outsmart him. That's right, now that Qin Xiaotian was scared, he walked out and made a phone call. Help me investigate a person named Lin Xian. Find out everything about him. After saying that, he hung up the phone, and his eyes became even more gloomy. He was sure that there were traps in his house, and anywhere else. These traps might not necessarily be fatal, but they might be able to ruin his reputation. Therefore, he didn't dare to act rashly for the time being. However, he must kill Lin Xian. This person must die. As long as he was dead, no one would know about what happened before. Of course, Qin Xiaotian wasn't sure if Lin Xian had told anyone. Even if he did, what could he do? Is there any evidence? Qin Xiaotian deeply regretted not killing Lin Xian 3 years ago. He regretted not killing Lin Xian when he saw him in Tianhua Academy. Now Lin Xian had started to go against him. Qin Xiaotian did not believe that a person would be so ignorant as to not have any trump cards up his sleeves. Hence, he needed to investigate Lin Xian thoroughly. As for how to kill Lin Xian, Qin Xiaotian felt that it was very easy. However, in the process of killing Lin Xian, there was a chance that he would be exposed. Otherwise, why wouldn't Lin Xian be afraid? Perhaps, only in the domain of demonic beasts would he be able to kill Lin Xian without any risk. Or perhaps, Qin Xiaotian thought of something. He didn't want to use this relationship, but it was best to get rid of Lin Xian as soon as possible. Wouldn't it be fine as long as Qin Xiaotian didn't show up? Following which Qin Xiaotian left Tianhua Academy. In the afternoon, Lin Xian was bored to death. He played with Yi Yi and Lu Yufan. Now there was a crucial point. Lu Yufan had to be won over. Lin Xian felt that winning over her should be relatively easy, right? However, she had been spending all her time with Yi Yi. Hence, Lin Xian wanted to find an opportunity when she was alone. It was easy to find, but Lin Xian was also trying to build up their relationship and favorability. Wang Xintong's reward is the last 10%. Lin Xian thought of this. He only needed the last 10% to obtain the reward. However, at that moment, Lin Xian really couldn't think of a way to tease her. Wang Xintong's heart was still heavy, unlike Lu Yufan who was a fool. Hence Lin Xian didn't go over for now. After all, she was there and there were plenty of opportunities. He wasn't in a hurry. On the contrary, if he blindly went over, it might even cause the girl to dislike him. Then, the gains wouldn't make up for the losses. If a girl was disgusted by a guy, no matter how many words of love you said, it would still be disgusting in her heart. It was impossible to make her shy. Brother Xian. Wang Fugui rushed into class 10. What's wrong? Lin Xian looked at his panting appearance and took a sip of water. Brother Xian, I went to help Junjun's family secretly continue the hospitalization fees and a lot of medical expenses. However, I heard that Junjun's father's condition is not optimistic. He might not have much time left. Lin Xian frowned and said, that can't be right. According to the current medical treatment methods, and the power of wood, water and even light-type warriors can't save him? Wang Fugua hurriedly said, his injuries have already been treated, and there is no life-threatening danger. However, what is giving the hospital a headache is the poison in his body. What kind of poison can make people unable to do anything about it, and can only watch him die? I don't know. I just heard that this poison is very powerful. Even a very powerful light-type warrior's purification technique was useless. All sorts of detoxification methods have been tried, and it has even become more and more serious. Brother Xian, I'm finished. If something happens to Junjun's father, she won't have any thoughts of falling in love. As Wang Fugui spoke, his eyes turned red. It was obvious that he had feelings for this Lu Junjun. Indeed, if a girl's father died, how could she possibly want to fall in love in such a short period of time? She didn't have such thoughts at all, and she didn't expect a man to appear at this time, to give her a wide shoulder to rely on. This was possible, but for Wang Fugui, it was impossible. Brother Xian, I really like Junjun. I don't want her to be sad, and the person lying in the ward might be my future father-in-law. Wang Fugui looked very sad, and then he said, I asked someone to find a very powerful doctor in Tianhua City, but he still couldn't cure this poison. I really don't know what to do. How about this? I'll go take a look. Lu Yufan and Yi Yi looked at Lin Xian and said, even such a powerful doctor can't do anything. What's the use of you going? Lin Xian also knew that it might be useless, but he looked at Lin Xian. This little fatty was really one of the few friends of the same sex. In the entire Tianhua Academy, he was Lin Xian's only friend, and he was really good to Lin Xian. If Lin Xian could try, he would definitely be willing to try for Wang Fugui. The reason why Lin Xian wanted to take a look was not because he felt that he could cure it, but because he wanted to try his luck. When he was conquering Yi Yi, the system gave him the Sacred Imperial Physician technique. Now, the Sacred Imperial Physician technique was in Lin Xian's mind. Perhaps after taking a look at the illness, if there was a solution in the sacred imperial physician technique, then the person could live. If there wasn't, Lin Xian really couldn't do anything. As for whether the sacred imperial physician technique was powerful, or whether it involved something awesome, Lin Xian actually didn't know. He didn't know much about medicine, but Lin Xian only knew that the sacred imperial physician technique could save a person on his last breath, as long as he had the materials. It was completely different from the wood element's healing. This was completely the power of medicine, so Lin Xian felt that it was worth a try. Chapter 136. Wang Fugui really didn't have anyone to talk to, so he came to Lin Xian. He didn't think that Lin Xian had the ability. After all, doctors and specialists couldn't do anything, and Lin Xian was at most an arcane body realm expert. What could he do? Let's go and take a look. Just treat it as a visit from a friend. Little Fan, don't you know Lu Junjun? Take us there. Lin Xian looked at Lu Yufan. Lu Yufan wasn't used to Lin Xian calling her that at first, but she didn't refuse. Instead, she felt that Lin Xian's way of calling her was very sweet. Are you really going? Lu Yufan looked at Lin Xian doubtfully. He didn't know what Lin Xian wanted to do. Let's go and take a look. All right. Lu Yufan put away his earphones and phone and said, we don't have any important classes in the afternoon, so let's go now. Are you going? Yes. If Lin Xian went, Yi would definitely go. She didn't know why she had such thoughts. And let's go. Lin Xian patted Wang Fugui's shoulder, and the four of them walked out of the school. Brother Xian, do you really have a way? Wang Fugui looked at Lin Xian. Lin Xian said slowly, not necessarily, so don't hold too much hope. Even if there's no way, just treat it as a visit, okay? Alright then. In fact, they all thought that Lin Xian wouldn't have a way. Lin Xian wasn't a god. However, Lin Xian was right. Even if there was no way, they would just treat it as a visit. At this moment, Qin Xiaotian was sitting in the corner of an exquisite coffee shop. Soon, a man walked over and sat across from him. Yo, young Master Qin, what's the matter that made you call me here so urgently? The man in front of Qin Xiaotian was very handsome, and did not lose out to Qin Xiaotian. If this person were to appear in the Tianhua Academy, everyone would definitely recognize him. This was because he was one of the experts in the Tianhua Academy's advanced class. He was an expert on the same level as Qin Xiaotian and the others. His name was Chu Haohan. However, this person rarely appeared in the Sky Martial Arts Court. This person. Qin Xiaotian pushed his phone in front of him. There was a photo of a person on the phone, and that person was none other than Lin Xian. I seem to have seen this person before. He's the trash from Tianhua Academy who can't cultivate, right? Chu Haohan took a sip of his coffee and sneered. Although he's still trash in this young master's eyes, this person is currently in the arcane body realm. However, he's only in the early stage, so he should only have the strength of 1 or 2 stars. Help me get rid of him. Qin Xiaotian looked at Chu Haohan and said, TSK, young Master Qin, you're being boring. He's just a 1-star arcane body realm cultivator. If you don't do it, why should I? Qin Xiaotian frowned and said, I suspect that he's on guard against me, and is waiting for me to make a move on him. There must be a trap, so I can't make a move. I'm curious now. What grudge do you have with this person that you want to kill him? That's none of your business. After the deed is done, I'll give you 3 million. Qin Xiaotian took a sip of his coffee. Ha ha ha. 3 million. Young Master Qin, you know that with my identity, I can't make a move on him. Even you're afraid of being exposed. I'm also a member of the Sky Martial Arts Court. Am I not afraid of being exposed? Qin Xiaotian put down his coffee cup and looked at Chu Haohan. Then he looked at the people around him and said softly, Aren't you from the Evil Fiend Hall? Why don't you find the trash from the Evil Fiend Hall and get rid of him? Haha, young Master Qin. What are you talking about? The trash from the Evil Fiend Hall. Young Master Qin, are you looking down on the Evil Fiend Hall? Humph. Qin Xiaotian straightened his clothes and said, I'm from a righteous sect. The Evil Fiend Hall is trash in my eyes. TSK. How interesting. Young Master Qin wants to find a group of trash in your eyes to help. Qin Xiaotian frowned and raised his voice. Cut the crap. Are you going to do it or not? Chu Haohan sneered and stared at Qin Xiaotian. He said, Qin Xiaotian, what right do you have to talk to me like that? Are you nobler than me? Are you more powerful than me? Or do you think that because I'm from the evil fiend hall, and you're not, you have a sense of superiority over me? Isn't that the case? Just take your money and help me. Ha ha ha, Chu Haohan laughed. In the next second, Chu Haohan sneered and looked at Qin Xiaotian. He said, Qin Xiaotian, why the F***ck are you pretending to me? Don't you think that the number of innocent martial artists who died in your hands is small? You're not from the evil fiend hall. You just didn't join them. However, the essence of what you're doing is the work of the evil fiend hall. Don't forget, I have something on you. Speaking of this Lin Xian, I remember what I saw that night 3 years ago. Qin Xiaoyan's pupils shrank, and he clenched his fists. He actually knew about it. Ha ha ha, let's not talk about it. 8 million. Give me 5 million. I'll get someone to get rid of this Lin Xian for 3 million. Deal. All right. This Lin Xian has a beautiful sister. What should we do? Up to you. Ha ha ha. Then I'll play with him for a few years. Then, Chu Haohan finished his coffee and walked away. Qin Xiaotian knew that Chu Haohan was a member of the evil god temple, and Chu Haohan had evidence that Qin Xiaotian had killed many innocent martial artists. No matter which one it was more than enough to sentence them to death. On the contrary, because they had evidence of each other's weaknesses, they often asked each other for help. This had happened many times. That was why Qin Xiaotian asked Chu Haohan for help. Even if it was exposed, it would be the evil fiend hall's matter. No one would think of Qin Xiaotian. However, Qin Xiaotian had previously guessed that Chu Haohan knew about what happened 3 years ago, because he had intentionally or unintentionally revealed it during a conversation. Qin Xiaotian had been suspicious. Now there was no need to doubt it. He really knew. However, it didn't matter how much Chu Haohan knew. Even if Chu Haohan didn't know, the information he had was enough to ruin his reputation. He would be wanted by the enforcement union, and the only price he would have to pay was death. Qin Xiaotian secretly clenched his fists. Lin Xian was killed, and he had one less worry. However, there was still one more Chu Haohan. This person must be eliminated. If Lin Xian knew about this, he would definitely laugh himself to death. This was the fate of a hypocrite. He had to pretend. If he pretended, he would have to pay for it. Qin Xiaoyan's life was filled with worry and fear. At this moment, Lin Xian and the others had arrived at the First People's Hospital. The hospitals on planet Aqua Blue were similar to those on Earth, but to some extent, they were different. The normal treatment methods were the same, but there were other methods. For example, gene medicine treatment, wood water, and even light attribute treatment. Each method had its own advantages and disadvantages. Heart disease, for example, required medical treatment. Attribute power was completely useless. Chapter 137. The four of them arrived outside the intensive care unit. Outside, they saw Lu Junjun and Lu Junjun's mother. Junjun. Lu Yufan called out softly. Then Lu Junjun looked over. This was probably Lin Xian's first time seeing Lu Junjun. This girl was very beautiful. Although she wasn't as beautiful as Yi, she was definitely a beauty. Her family was indeed ordinary. Although her clothes were branded, they weren't very expensive. At this moment her eyes were a little red. Her mother was the same. Fanfan. When Lu Junjun saw them, she quickly got up and walked over. How's uncle? I bought some food for you and auntie. Lu Yufan handed the food in his hand to Lu Junjun. Lu Junjun didn't have the mood to refuse. She took it and whispered a word of thanks. Junjun, what's the situation now? Lu Yufan asked. Wang Fugui was very shy in front of her. He just stood there and didn't say anything. His body is fine, but there's no way to cure the poison. The air in the ward might be poisonous, so Dad is being isolated for treatment. Just now a very good doctor came. I don't know if he can do anything. Lu Junjun's eyes were red again. It will be fine. Lu Yufan comforted her. At this moment, the door of the ward opened. A doctor and a nurse walked out. Lu Junjun's mother hurried over. Lu Junjun, and the nurse also walked over. Doctor, how is it? The old man sighed and said, It's very difficult. According to our experts, this poison has never been recorded in history books. That is to say, the gentleman inside is the first person known to have been poisoned by this poison. We have studied this poison and found that it is similar to other poisons, but in some aspects, it is completely different. In the previous treatment, we have tried many other detoxification methods, but you know the results. Not only were they unable to detoxify the poison, but they also stimulated the growth of the poison. Sigh. Doctor, I beg you, you must save my husband, I beg you. Lu Junjun's mother, Zhang Ling, cried as she grabbed the doctor's arm. The doctor sighed and said, We will do our best to study it, but I still have to remind you to be mentally prepared. His poison will invade his heart in half a day. When that time comes, there will be nothing we can do. So, we will do our best to study it in half a day. But you still have to be prepared. Also, you can go to the ward. The poison won't permeate the air. Generally speaking, it was best not to disturb the patient in such a situation. However, the doctor knew that they probably could not save the patient, so it was better to let them see each other one last time. After saying that, he walked away. Woo woo woo. Lu Junjun was wiping her tears at the side. Zhang Ling quickly pushed open the door of the ward and walked in. In fact, they were already mentally prepared. Junjun, don't cry. Wang Fuguei didn't know what to do and could only comfort her. Lin Xian patted Lin Xian's shoulder and said, You guys comfort Junjun. I'll go in and take a look at Auntie. After saying that, Lin Xian walked into the ward. Inside the ward, Zhang Ling sat at the side holding Lu Dehai's hand and crying. Lu Dehai was already unconscious. Lin Xian walked over. Zhang Ling glanced at him, but didn't say anything. Lin Xian also sat on the other side and observed Lu Dehai. His body was already showing a purplish-black color, especially his lips, which were already a little scary. This was a sign that the poison had already penetrated deep. He probably wouldn't even need half a day. In 6 hours he would be incurable. Auntie, I know a little about medicine. Can I check for uncle? Lin Xian asked. Zhang Ling nodded slightly, but she didn't have any expectations at all. Even the doctor couldn't do anything. What could a young child like you, who only knew a little about medicine, do? Then, Lin Xian pulled Lu Dehai's other hand and used his spirit energy to sense it. The Imperial Medical Saint technique gave Lin Xian memories, which were the treatment methods, various symptoms, and so on. As long as there were symptoms in the Imperial Medical Saint technique, Lin Xian would know. This poison. Lin Xian closed his eyes and felt it for a moment. The poison wasn't very strong. Otherwise he would have died long ago. The difficulty was that this poison was something they had never seen before, and it was difficult to draw it out with normal methods. So there was no way to treat it. But when Lin Xian finished checking, he heaved a sigh of relief. Auntie, uncle was cut by a poisonous grass, right? Lin Xian asked Zhang Ling. Yes. He said that at the time, but we don't know what it was. Got it. Lin Xian then walked out. Brother Xian, how is it? Wang Fuguei quickly asked. Come with me. Lin Xian brought Wang Fuguei to the side and said, I have a way to detoxify the poison inside, but I need 5 ingredients. 3 of them aren't that rare, but the other 2 can be found. If you want to save him, I need you to find these 5 ingredients within 3 hours. Then find me an alchemy cauldron, an ordinary one will do. Also, I need a fire-type fighter. It doesn't need to be too strong, just enough to support the flames for 10 minutes. I can do it in 10 minutes. Wang Fuguei quickly said. I'll write down the medicinal herbs for you. With your Wang family's financial resources, it shouldn't be difficult to get them. Then, Lin Xian walked to the front desk and asked for a piece of paper to write down the 5 medicinal herbs. Brother Xian, what is a pill furnace? Lin Xian. This was the method of refining pills in the Imperial Medical Saint technique. But there didn't seem to be any alchemy in this world, right? No wonder he didn't know. That's not necessary. Just find me a bronze furnace. It's clean. Okay. Brother Xian, can you really save him? Lin Xian smiled and patted Wang Fugui's shoulder and said, "If you can find it in time, I can save him. This is a matter of life and death. I won't fool you, right? And I'll go now." Then, Wang Fugui ran off. Lin Xian and Lu Yufan stayed in the hospital for the time being. 2 hours later, Wang Fugui called Lin Xian and said that he had found everything. Lin Xian immediately rushed over. This was a small basement. It was pitch black and very damp. Inside, there was a bronze furnace on the ground. It looked more like a chamber pot. "Brother Xian, what do we do next?" Lin Xian took the medicinal herbs and confirmed that there were no mistakes. He said, "Fire, burn the furnace." Shwa! Then, Wang Fugui released the power of flames from his body and ignited the bottom of the bronze furnace. Remember, the fire must not be extinguished. Lin Xian stared at the bronze furnace. When it was burning red, Lin Xian reached out and opened the lid. He threw the 3 medicinal herbs in first. It was hot, but it wasn't a problem to wrap it in spiritual energy. Chapter 138. In any case, Lin Xian knew that there were 3 types of treatment methods in this world. The first was gene medicine. Gene medicine contained elemental energy and medicinal efficacy. The degree of treatment wasn't too high, but it was something that martial artists would always have. Even a wood attribute martial artist would have to have it prepared in case they ran out of spiritual force. The second was the same method as on Earth. Science and technology medicine, surgery, medicine injections, and so on. This was to deal with the problem of the body, not the injury. The third type was the healing effect achieved by wood elemental, water elemental, and light elemental martial artists. This third type was similar to the first type, but this type could heal more and more serious injuries. In any case, these were the 3 types in Lin Xian's memories. However, there was another method on Earth, and that was using elixirs. In this world, Lin Xian didn't know if pills existed. Maybe he hadn't come into contact with them, but that didn't mean they didn't exist. However, he hadn't seen any at the moment. There were many types of pills and many uses. The experience pill in the scumbag system was actually a type of pill. There were detoxification pills among the elixirs, and there were detoxification pills here as well. However, the nature of the pills was different. Lin Xian searched his memories and found countless elixir prescriptions in the Imperial Physician Sacred Technique. There were both strong and weak elixirs, and there were even some that were heaven-defying. It was only now that Lin Xian felt that the Imperial Physician Sacred Technique was not useless. Sometimes he could save people that others could not. A medicinal fragrance came from the bronze cauldron. Lin Xian opened the lid and threw in the remaining 2 ingredients. The difficulty of refining pills was in the heat control, but the more difficult part was the recipe. If no one knew the recipe, then it was impossible to refine it. However, the Imperial Physician Saint technique recorded it, so Lin Xian knew. At the same time, it needed to be refined with spiritual power. This pill was a very low-level pill. In fact, Lu Dehai's poison was also a very low-level poison, but there was no record of it, so no one knew how to detoxify it. Therefore, Lin Xian didn't need to be too careful or too delicate. As long as the pill was refined, it would be a success. 10 minutes later, Lin Xian told Wang Fugui to stop. Wang Fugui immediately sat down on the ground, sweating profusely and gasping for breath. This was a sign that his body was weak, and his spirit force was severely exhausted. However, it wasn't a big problem, and he could just rest for a while. "Xian, Brother Xian, are you done?" Wang Fugui asked impatiently as he panted. Lin Xian opened the lid, and a fragrant medicinal fragrance immediately filled the air. Lin Xian saw that there was a medicinal pill inside, and then took it out. "All right." Lin Xian walked over and handed the pill to Wang Fugui. "Is this it?" Lin Xian nodded. "Yes, give it to Lu Junjun's father. He should be able to get rid of the poison in a short amount of time." "Great. Older brother Xian, you've worked hard." Wang Fugui wiped his sweat and revealed an excited expression. Lin Xian could see that he was moved, and Wang Fugui had helped Lin Xian a lot. Lin Xian helping him was reasonable. "You've worked hard too. Wipe your sweat, and let's go to the hospital." Give this pill to Lu Junjun. Also, don't mention this to anyone else. If they ask, just say that this is the antidote you asked someone to find. Wang Fugui nodded. Brother Xian, don't worry. I definitely won't tell anyone. Lin Xian smiled and patted him on the shoulder. So when the time comes, it will be equivalent to you saving Lu Junjun's father. Lu Junjun will naturally have a good impression of you, right? Wow! Wang Fugui exclaimed. This was not a simple hero saving a beauty. This was pulling her loved one back from the brink of death. In such a situation, the girl would definitely be very grateful and moved. I won't help you with the rest. Also remember to lose weight. Yes, yes. Thank you, Brother Xian. That? Wang Fugui took out his phone. Ji Maibao transfer 3 million yuan. Lin Xian. Lin Xian's phone beeped. Brother Xian, I, Wang Fugui, only have money. I really don't know how to thank you. But if there's anything I can help you with in the future, please don't be polite. I, Wang Fugui, may not be able to fight, but there's always something I can help you with. Wang Fugui patted his chest and said. Lin Xian patted him on the shoulder and smiled. Okay, I'll remember. Let's go to the hospital quickly. If we go play, the poison will attack our hearts. Yes. Lin Xian felt that it was not a loss to gain Wang Fugui's absolute trust, and even make him owe him a big favor. The Wang family was not only powerful in Tianhua City, but also in the whole of China. The Wang family's financial resources were at the top level. Naturally, they were also powerful in other aspects. Wang Fugui was the successor of the Wang family. In the future, Lin Xian believed that Wang Fugui would be of great help to him. This deal was definitely not a loss. People must be used to leaving a way out for themselves. Life seemed to be very good now, but what about the future? Lin Ye's company was limited to Tianhua City. Once the demon beasts attacked and Tianhua City fell, it would mean that Lin Ye's company was gone. If she wanted to reopen it in another city, she would need a lot of capital. The country wouldn't give her any subsidies. At most, they would give her a house to live in. Then this way out would be useful. Lin Xian wasn't worrying for nothing. This was something that would definitely happen. When they reached the hospital, Lu Yufan and Yi Yi were still accompanying Lu Junjun. Wang Fugui and Lin Xian ran over. Then, Wang Fugui panted and said to Lu Junjun, Junjun, this is for you. Give it to Uncle quickly. Uncle will be saved. Wang Fugui didn't even have any doubts about Lin Xian. If Lin Xian said that this elixir could save someone, Wang Fugui felt that it would definitely save someone. Really? Lu Junjun looked at Wang Fugui with her red eyes. She stood up excitedly and grabbed his hand. Her beautiful eyes were glowing. Yes, trust me. This is the antidote that I asked someone to get from another city. It will definitely be useful. Trust me. Yes, I believe you. Then, Lu Junjun took the elixir and walked into the ward. The others quickly followed. When they entered, the elixir had already been given to Wang Dehai by Zhang Ling. They knew that there was no way to save him. Now, it was actually equivalent to giving medicine to a dead horse. The main thing was that Lu Junjun also knew how powerful Wang Fugui's family was. It was possible that he could find a powerful antidote that others couldn't. Therefore, Lu Junjun believed in him. When the elixir was taken, everyone saw that the vital signs on the machine were increasing at a visible rate. Previously, it had been decreasing slowly. At that moment, Zhang Ling and Lu Junjun covered their mouths as tears flowed out from their eyes. Before this, they had used many antidotes, but there had never been a situation where the vital signs increased in a straight line. Now it happened. This meant that he was alive. Chapter 139. Doctor. Zhang Ling hurriedly ran out and shouted, Brother Xian, it's really useful. Wang Fugui's eyes were also red. This could be his future father-in-law. Lin Xian nodded with relief. And it's good that it's useful. Lu Dehai's face gradually returned to normal. Soon several doctors ran in. It's hard to imagine. When they saw that the vital signs on the instrument were still rising, they were already extremely shocked. When they saw that Lu Dehai's purplish-black skin was slowly returning to normal, they were basically certain that this antidote pill was useful. Hurry up and check. 10 minutes later, the results came out. The poison was gone. Cough cough. At this time, Lu Dehai coughed and coughed up black blood. Everyone was shocked. Lin Xian said, "It's fine, this black blood is poison. It's only now that it's completely discharged. Don't worry." Lu Junjun and several doctors looked at Lin Xian a few more times. Then Lu Junjun gently nodded. "Young Master Wang, what's going on?" The doctor looked at Wang Fugui and asked, "Oh, I asked my family to bring the antidote from another city." They had already communicated with the entire country, and there was indeed no such antidote. However, when they thought of how strong Wang Fugui's family was, they no longer doubted it. "The patient's family member, the patient should be fine now. You can come out with me to sign the transfer agreement." Then Zhang Ling followed out. "Wang Fugui, thank you so much, thank you." Lu Junjun looked at Wang Fugui and couldn't help but cry. Don't cry, don't cry." Wang Fugui could only say so. Lin Xian winked at Wang Fugui. Wang Fugui naturally understood what Lin Xian meant. Although he was nervous and a little afraid, he gritted his teeth and walked over. He hugged Lu Junjun and gently patted her shoulder. Lu Junjun took the opportunity to cry on his shoulder. The peak of life. Wang Fugui really loved Lin Xian to death. After all, when a girl was at her weakest, Wang Fugui saved her father. Lu Junjun's behavior was normal. "Let's go," Lin Xian said to Yi Yi and the others. And then the three of them silently walked away. "Lin Xian, I didn't expect you to be so good at picking up girls. Why are you still single?" Lu Yufan couldn't help but ask on the way. "That's because you haven't agreed to be my girlfriend. Of course I'm single." "You're so annoying. You haven't even confessed to me. How can I agree to be your girlfriend?" Lu Yufan pouted. Yi Yi expressed her displeasure. Was it really okay for the two of them to be so showy in front of her? However, Yi Yi was already used to it. After all, Lin Xian was always full of nonsense. Allah! When Lin Xian heard Lu Yufan's words, he suddenly felt that something was off. Could it be that if he confessed to her alone, she would agree to it? Then he had to hurry. However, before that, Lin Xian decided to capture Ling Ying first. This woman was very difficult to capture under normal circumstances. However, the most difficult step had already happened. So in Lin Xian's opinion, as long as he handled it properly, it would be easy. "Then if I confess to you now, will you accept me?" Lin Xian asked with a smile. "In your dreams," Lu Yufan said proudly. "You even touched my little brother, and you still won't accept?" "Little brother? Wang Fugui. I didn't touch him. No, it's my second brother." Lu Yufan and Yi Yi were confused. "Lin Xian has a second brother?" "Yes, it's him." Lin Xian pointed somewhere. "Shua." Lu Yufan and Yi Yi's little faces immediately turned red. Ding. Felt Lu Yufan's shyness, scumbag man value plus 50,000. Ding. Felt Yi Yi's shyness, scumbag man value plus 10,000. Stinky hooligan. Lu Yufan pouted and quickly walked away. The two girls didn't return to the school and went home together. Lin Xian also went home halfway. The sky was a bit gloomy, and it was probably going to rain tonight. Originally, he told Linya that he would eat at the cafeteria, but he was too lazy to go, so he bought some ingredients on the way. Then Lin Xian cooked dinner at home. After he finished cooking, he took a taxi to Linya's company. At this time, Linya definitely hadn't eaten dinner yet. Normally, she would eat at the cafeteria, but since Lin Xian personally cooked for her, she would definitely eat with Lin Xian. Knock knock knock. Lin Xian carried the food and knocked on Linya's office door. Linya's cold voice came from inside. That's right, the Linya outside was such a cold woman. Please come in. Click. Lin Xian pushed open the door and walked in. Linya was reporting something. When she saw Lin Xian, she was slightly stunned. She subconsciously blushed because she thought of something. Ding. Felt Linya's shyness, scumbag man value plus 10,000. Lin Xian. Lin Xian's face was full of confusion. He didn't do anything, so why was this girl blushing and embarrassed? Little Xian, why are you here? Linya quickly got up and pulled a chair for Lin Xian. Lin Xian sat down and placed the food on the table. I don't have anything to do in the afternoon, so I went home early and made dinner to eat with little fairy. Linya was really touched. The Lin Xian of the past would never be like this. but the current Lin Xian made Linya feel very touched. Are you still busy? Why don't you finish eating first? It'll get cold later. Lin Xian said as he took out the takeout boxes. Okay. Linya tidied up the table. Lin Xian made a total of 4 dishes. If there were more, it wouldn't be easy to bring them over. Linya might not be able to finish one of the 3 servings of rice, but Lin Xian had a big appetite. The two of them sat there and started eating. How's the taste? Lin Xian asked. Linya nodded lightly. It's very good. It's even better than mine. How is that possible? Little fairy, your cooking is the best. Loquacious. Although Linya said that, she was still very happy. After eating, the two of them sat on the sofa and chatted. Linya also took it as a break. Today, Linya was especially beautiful in Lin Xian's eyes. She was wearing a black office lady's uniform with a white blouse inside, a close-fitting skirt that reached her thighs and knees, high heels and black pantyhose. Paired with Linya's perfect figure, height and looks, it was simply too tempting. Tomorrow, I'm going shopping with your Miss Xiao. It's the weekend, do you want to come? Linya looked at Lin Xian and asked. Just the two of you? Linya said. It seems like Yi and Fan Fan want to come too. Yi and Lu Yufan agreed to deliver chicken soup to Lin Xian, so they went shopping. It was probably Xiao Runing who told them. Chapter 140. Lin Xian thought about it and said, I won't be going tomorrow. I have something to do. Lin Xian was going to Ling Ying's place for dinner tomorrow night. During the day, he planned to go to the Gale mercenary group to see Miao Xiao Miao. But it's such a good opportunity. It's a waste not to be with them, Linya said. Why should I be with them? Isn't it enough to be with you, little fairy? Lin Xian smirked and placed his hand on Linya's thigh. Linya's body trembled, and she quickly removed Lin Xian's hand. No, Linya hurriedly said with a red face. Lin Xian moved closer to Linya's ear. He loved it so much when he saw the look on her face when she hit his ear. Little fairy, you're really beautiful today. Why don't you dress like this tonight, then? Lin Xian put his hand on her leg again. Linya bit her lips and looked at Lin Xian. She put her hand on Lin Xian's hand so that he couldn't move. Then she said seriously, Little Xian, why are you becoming more and more like a rogue? Little fairy, isn't this better than before? Also, it's better for a boy to find a girlfriend with sweet words. You said it yourself. But you're always touching me. Linya couldn't say that she was disgusted. She was just shy and held a grudge against him. Plus, they were in the company, and Lin Xian had said that she was going to wear her pajamas tonight. That made her feel even more embarrassed. She couldn't imagine that scene. It's all little fairy's fault. You're too sexy. Lin Xian pressed Linya down on the sofa. Linya struggled subconsciously. However, the result was the same as that night. She gave up and let Lin Xian do whatever he wanted. Knock, knock, knock. Just as Lin Xian was about to take the next step, someone knocked on Linya's office door. Linya reacted quickly and sat up. Lin Xian let go of her. She might be able to do other things, but Linya couldn't let go of that one step. However, Lin Xian was fine with it. What he had now was enough, wasn't it? Linya quickly tidied up her messy hair and clothes and said, Come in. Linya's secretary, who was also a pretty lady, walked in. She was surprised to see Lin Xian, so she walked over and said, Mr. Lin, this is the information I've compiled about the resources department. Please take a look. Put it on the table. The secretary put the documents on the table, then closed the door and left. However, she was very surprised. Wasn't the person in the room Linya's brother? But why was Linya's face so red? She wasn't sure if she saw wrongly, but it was red. I'll lock the door. Lin Xian quickly ran to lock the door. Xian, I need to work. Linya blushed and looked at Lin Xian. Then you can work on my bed. Linya, no. Lin Xian smiled and said, Then you have to promise to let me sleep in your room tonight. Otherwise, I promise. Linya said helplessly with a red face. Linya didn't know why her relationship with Lin Xian developed so quickly. Maybe it was because Lin Xian took the initiative, or maybe it was because she spoiled him. The most important thing was that she didn't hate it. On the contrary, Sometimes she liked it deep down. In short, Linya was like this. She was obedient to Lin Xian. But she was conflicted. She realized that she felt something when she was intimate with Lin Xian. It was a feeling that she couldn't accept. He was her brother. She had never felt this way before. Just last night, Lin Xian grinned and sat on the sofa. He watched Linya concentrate on her work. However, Linya couldn't concentrate anymore. But her state of mind was still pretty good. It didn't take long for her to sink into her work. Lin Xian looked at her. He felt that Linya was especially charming when she was focused on her work. It was completely different from the Linya in his memory. Half an hour later, Linya glanced at Lin Xian. He was looking at her. She blushed again. "Little fairy, why are you looking at me?" "No, nothing. I was looking at the clock behind you." Linya argued with a red face. "Oh, so it's like that. Then little fairy, you can continue working." At this moment, Lin Xian took a look at his scumbag value. It had already reached 1 million. After thinking for a moment, he spun the roulette wheel in the scumbag system. This time, he used up 1 million scumbag points. The next time, it would also be 1 million. But the next time, it would be 2 million. Ding! You have successfully obtained the Ice Spirit Snow Pearl. It was another item that Lin Xian had never seen before. He realized that although the big wheel was sometimes a scam, it was indeed a treasure trove. Ice Spirit Snow Pearl. Type: Spirit Artifact. Grade: Earth Stage 10 stars. A type of pearl made of extreme ice. It contains an unparalleled power of frost. After pouring spirit energy into the Ice Spirit Snow Pearl and crushing it, it will release an extremely strong power of frost. The power of frost can spread to a radius of 15 meters in 1 second. It can freeze everything except the user. It can easily kill a 5-star arcane body realm cultivator. It can also freeze cultivators of higher realms for a long period of time. Lin Xian. The Ice Spirit Snow Congealed Pearl was actually similar to the true flame-bursting bullet from before. The former was more destructive when it exploded. However, the Ice Spirit Snow Congealed Pearl wasn't as destructive as the true flame-bursting bullet, but the frost energy could spread out to a distance of 15 meters. It could even easily kill a 5-star arcane body realm expert. In other words, those above the 5-star arcane body realm and below the profound heaven realm might be frozen to death, but they would be frozen for a certain period of time. This was a good item, but Lin Xian did not plan to keep it. He wanted to give it to Linya. Now that Qin Xiaotian had returned, although Lin Xian was confident that Qin Xiaotian would not dare to touch him or Linya. What if he found someone else? Although the possibility was not high, after all, it was dishonorable. He did not want others to know, but what if? Therefore, giving it to Linya to protect herself would definitely be useful. After another hour, Linya slightly stretched. "All right, let's go home." Lin Xian looked outside. It was already raining heavily, accompanied by thunder and lightning. It was indeed heavier than yesterday. However, at this time, Lin Xian felt that something was wrong. Normally, it would be fine if it rained heavily. In this season, there was no thunderstorm, let alone several days of gloomy weather. It felt very strange, as if it was an omen of something bad. Lin Xian shook his head, hoping that he was thinking too much. Then he stood up. "And let's go home." Tonight was destined to be a wonderful night. Linya drove Lin Xian home. Chapter 141. After returning home, Lin Xian took out his laptop and sat in the living room to play games with Lu Yufan and Yi Yi. They had been looking for Lin Xian for a long time, and they even turned on their voice chat. After all, tomorrow was the weekend, so they could be unbridled. If it wasn't raining tonight, they might even ask Lin Xian and Linya out for a meal. Linya washed up and put on a facial mask. Then, she sat beside Lin Xian and watched him play games. Linya didn't change out of her clothes even though she had returned home, as per Lin Xian's instructions. "Little fairy, you should change out of your clothes. It's uncomfortable to wear them when we're home." "Didn't you tell me to wear them?" Linya mumbled. Lin Xian grinned and whispered into Linya's ear. "You can wear them when you need to. In your dreams." Linya rolled her eyes at Lin Xian and walked back to her room. After coming out, she changed into a set of casual clothes. Lin Xian felt that Linya's leisure time was too monotonous. Perhaps it was better now that she had Xiao Runing to accompany her shopping. But Lin Xian still felt that she was too monotonous most of the time. Little fairy, bring the laptop over, and let's play together. It's a very simple game. Yeah. Sister Yaya, let's play together. Lu Yufan's expectant voice came from the laptop. No, I'll just chat with you guys. Linya smiled faintly. Lin Xian then whispered into Linya's ear. Listen to me. If you don't, I'll punish you tonight. Linya. Who would have thought that she would be bullied to this extent by Lin Xian? Linya glared fiercely at Lin Xian. Then, she went back to her room and took out her laptop. In the following time, the four of them played games. At first, Linya didn't understand and wasn't very open about it. After a while, she actually became very engrossed in the game. Sometimes, because she killed an enemy hero, her face would turn red with excitement. She was so cute. Seeing this scene, Lin Xian was also relieved. He didn't want Linya to be too tired every day. How good would that be? After playing for more than 2 hours, it was almost 11 o'clock at night. Alright, I'll stop playing. You guys should go to bed early. Staying up late is bad for your skin, Lin Xian said to the computer. Alright then. Big sis Yaya. We'll look for you to go shopping together tomorrow. Rest early. Then they went offline. Lin Xian stretched lazily and turned off the computer. He took the opportunity to hug Linya. Linya rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. Perhaps it was because their relationship was no longer special. Or perhaps it was because home gave Linya a sense of security. She took the opportunity to snuggle into Lin Xian's embrace. Lin Xian took out Icy Spirit Snow Pearl. What is this? Linya looked at the Icy Spirit Snow Pearl with a curious expression. This pearl was very beautiful. This is called the Icy Spirit Snow Pearl. It's a type of spiritual artifact, Lin Xian said. Spiritual artifact? Linya had never come into contact with a spiritual artifact. Of course she knew about it. Lin Xian nodded. This Icy Spirit Snow Pearl's effect is to infuse spiritual energy into it, and then crush it. It will release a very strong cold air. This cold air will not harm the person releasing it. It has a range of 15 meters. In other words, after crushing it, everything within 15 meters will be frozen. Amazing, Linya exclaimed softly. Lin Xian smiled as he pulled Linya's slender hand over and placed the Icy Spirit Snow Pearl in her palm. Take this. From today onwards, you have to wear it like a key. If you feel that there is any danger, or if someone is plotting against you, don't show any mercy. Crush it immediately. Will there be any danger? Linya looked at Lin Xian. Lin Xian said, whether there is danger or not is another matter. In this era, little fairy, you are so beautiful. Just being in the spirit condensation realm is not enough. Moreover, you don't know how to fight. Having something to protect yourself is always good. Don't refuse me. If you don't take it, I will strip you naked right now. Linya's small face turned red. Then she held the Icy Spirit Snow Pearl. Remember, when you use it, you must infuse spiritual energy into it. Otherwise it won't release. I will remember. Linya gently nodded her small head. Okay, now there is one more thing to do. What? Get on the bed. In the next second, Lin Xian directly carried Linya in a princess carry and rushed into Linya's room. Nothing actually happened that night. It was the same as last night, but Lin Xian was very satisfied. The next morning, looking at the well-behaved Linya in his arms, Lin Xian couldn't help but kiss her pink cheeks. But, so uncomfortable. A young and vigorous man with a beautiful fairy sleeping next to him. He could only touch her but couldn't touch her. It was really uncomfortable. Early in the morning, Lin Xian's brothers were especially energetic. Linya's long eyelashes slightly trembled. Then she opened her eyes. Good morning, little fairy. Lin Xian looked at her and laughed. Linya's small face turned red. Morning. Then she moved a bit. Her delicate body suddenly trembled because she touched something very hard. She naturally knew what it was. Ding. Felt Linya's bashfulness. Scumbag value plus 100,000. Little fairy, what did you touch? Rogue, you're not being serious this early in the morning. Linya coquettishly said with a red face. Lin Xian helplessly said, It's not that I'm not being serious. Think about it. I'm sleeping with such a beautiful fairy, and I can only look but can't touch her. I'm a normal man. Do you know what kind of torture I've endured these past 2 nights because of you? Linya didn't understand men's feelings, but the feeling she had before was very, very uncomfortable. It was the kind of feeling when Lin Xian stopped. Maybe it was the same as Lin Xian. Who told you to come up yourself? You deserve it. Linya muttered. I feel wronged. That? Lin Xian's eyes turned. Then he moved closer to Linya's ear and whispered something. In that instant, Linya's face turned incomparably red. No. I can't. Linya quickly shook her head, and then moved far away from Lin Xian. Alright. If you can't, then you can't. I'll go back and do it myself. Lin Xian sighed, and was about to get up. Linya looked at Lin Xian's appearance and slightly bit her red lips. Her heart still softened. Was she to blame? And holding it in was very uncomfortable, right? What a heartless woman. I'm so pitiful. Lin Xian exaggeratedly said with grievance. Wait. Lin Xian quickly turned his head. Linya lowered her head and said with a red face. Just this once. Lin Xian's heart immediately burst with joy. Just this once. Then Linya burrowed under the blanket with a red face. Lin Xian wanted to pull the blanket away, but Linya hurriedly refused. But so be it. Lin Xian grinned. Then he felt Linya tugging at his pants a little. Then, his brother was held by a pair of soft little hands. He could feel that Linya's hands were slightly trembling. Chapter 142. After a few seconds, Linya held it and moved it back and forth awkwardly. Hiss! Lin Xian leaned against the headboard and closed his eyes. He felt like he was about to become an immortal. 5 minutes later, Linya's scream came from inside. Then, she quickly ran out and Linya's clear voice came from inside. Ding! Tricking a big sister into using a computer for the host is considered an extremely scumbag behavior. Scumbag value plus 1 million. Lin Xian. I million scumbag value. Wait. Is this supposed to be a scam? It's clearly consensual, okay? Lin Xian couldn't help but curse at the system. Sensing the host's dissatisfaction, a level 1 heavenly lightning punishment is about to descend. Please take back your words. Lin Xian. F***CK. Sensing the host's foul language towards the system, the heavenly lightning punishment has increased to level 2. I'll take it back. Lin Xian admitted defeat. This stupid system, isn't it too arrogant? Phew. Linya washed away the thing on her face that made her blush, and her heart beat faster. Looking at her blushing face in the mirror, she took a deep breath. Little fairy, I'm going to make breakfast. Lin Xian's voice suddenly came from behind. Linya's delicate body trembled as she saw Lin Xian leaning against the door with an evil smile on his face. I'll go make it. Linya wiped her face, then lowered her head, and hurriedly walked past Lin Xian. Then, she busied herself in the kitchen. Linya naturally took the day off, because she wanted to go shopping with Xiao Runing and the others. After dinner, Lin Xian grabbed his laptop and dragged Linya to play games with him. However, Linya went to wash Lin Xian's pajama pants and her own bedsheets first. After all, they were stained with something bad. Linya was still very willing to play games with Lin Xian. In the past, she never played games, but now she felt that it was quite interesting to have someone to play games with in her free time. In the past, she didn't play games purely because there was no one to play with her. Lin Xian was depressed, and she didn't have many friends, so there was no way she could play games with him. The doorbell rang at about 10 o'clock in the morning. I'll go open the door. Linya quickly ran over to open the door. Hello. Xiao Runing looked at Linya with a smile. Good morning, Sister Yaya. Yi and Lu Yufan said in unison. You're here. Come in and take a seat. Then the 3 girls walked in. However, when Linya looked at Lu Yufan and Yi, she felt very strange. She felt very sorry for them, even though they weren't Lin Xian's girlfriends yet. Wow. You guys are playing games so early in the morning. Lu Yufan exclaimed. Linya smiled and said, Then you play with Xiaoxian. I'm going to make lunch. After lunch we'll go shopping. How about it? Okay. I'll help. Then, Xiao Runing looked at Lin Xian and smiled. Then, she went to busy herself with Linya. Lin Xian and Lu Yufan played games while saying, Oh right, bring me some snacks when you go shopping. What do you want to eat? Lu Yufan asked. Okay, anything is fine. I'll eat it when I'm bored. Then I'll buy you milk powder. Hee hee. Lin Xian. Do you believe that I won't spank your butt? Lu Yufan looked at Yi Yi in fear. Yi Yi said helplessly, He doesn't dare because Miss Xiao and Sister Yaya are in the kitchen. Slap. The air froze. Ding. Spanking Sister Yaya is considered a scumbag behavior. Scumbag value plus 200,000. Wah. Lu Yufan immediately distanced himself from Lin Xian. He felt a burning pain in his butt. He looked at Lin Xian with resentment. Of course, he only hit the upper part. Because Lu Yufan was sitting, Lin Xian couldn't hit it. However, it didn't matter. Do I dare to do it now? Lin Xian waved his hand smugly. Yi Yi quickly distanced herself from Lin Xian. She was afraid that Lin Xian would lay his hands on her. I'll go tell Sister Yaya. Lu Yufan fiercely glared at Lin Xian. Then he ran to the kitchen to complain. Little did he know that Sister Yaya had helped Lin Xian solve some problems this morning. After a while, Lu Yufan brought Linya and Xiao Runing over. Lu Yufan made a face at Lin Xian. Little Xian, how can you be so rude to girls? Xiao Runing also looked at Lin Xian with a smile. TSK. Not bad. You hit a girl's butt. You're much better than before. Lin Xian wasn't afraid of complaining, because it didn't matter. To put it simply, even if Lin Xian raped Lu Yufan, and Lu Yufan complained, Linya would only blame Lin Xian. That was all. Linya simply spoiled Lin Xian too much. Little fairy Miss Xiao, you don't know. I was only retaliating because yesterday this girl held my. Before Lin Xian could finish, Lu Yufan rushed over and covered Lin Xian's mouth. It's fine. Big Sister Yaya, Miss Xiao, you two can go back to your work. Linya and Xiao Runing glanced at each other. Of course they could see some things, but even if they saw through it, they didn't ask any questions, and just walked away. Lin Xian you. Lu Yufan pointed at Lin Xian, her face red. What? You can complain, but I can't? Lin Xian looked at Lu Yufan with a smirk. Okay. I lost, okay? Tell me, what do you want? Lu Yufan sat on the side with an aggrieved look on her face. If she let Xiao Runing and Linya know that she had taken something from Lin Xian that day, then she would have no face left at all. Simple. Kiss me. Go to hell. Then I'll go tell my sister and Miss Xiao. Little guy snitching? This young master will punish you to death. Whoa, Lin Xian, you're the best. Don't do it. Lu Yufan hugged Lin Xian's arm and swung it back and forth, acting coquettishly. Just a kiss will do. Here, kiss the face. Lu Yufan looked at Yi Yi for help. Yi Yi said softly. Anyway, kissing the face doesn't seem to be a big deal, right? That's right. Why don't you kiss me too, Yi? Lin Xian raised his eyebrows at Yi Yi and smirked. Then he threw a pillow at her. Humph. Lu Yufan's face reddened. Then, she gritted her teeth as if she had made a decision. Then promise me that you won't talk about this in the future. Okay, I promise. Lin Xian nodded. Then, Lu Yufan nervously looked towards the kitchen. Then she closed her eyes. Her long eyelashes trembled slightly. It was enough to show that her heart wasn't calm. Her red lips softly touched Lin Xian's cheek. Then she quickly left. Ding! Tricking a big sister into kissing the host. Classified as a scumbag. Scumbag points plus 10,000. Ding, feeling displeasure from Yi Yi. Scumbag points plus 10,000. Every time Lu Yufan and Lin Xian acted intimately, Yi Yi would be displeased. Similarly, Lu Yufan was the same. As long as Lin Xian's EQ was slightly higher, he would know that these two girls could be captured. Chapter 143. Lin Xian was elated. Now that he could do this, Their relationship would definitely be able to take another step forward. They chatted during lunch. Of course, Lin Xian drank a lot of the chicken soup that Yi Yi brought. After chatting, the girls went shopping. They were quite disappointed that Lin Xian did not go, but they had no choice. Lu Yufan and Yi Yi felt that it was not a loss to be able to accompany Linya. Lin Xian, on the other hand, took a cab to the Bounty Hunter Guild. There was no other reason for him to go to the Gale mercenaries. When he was in trouble, Miao Xiaomiao was still concerned about him. Otherwise, she would not have asked Xiao Runing. However, this girl was especially arrogant. Even if she was concerned about Lin Xian, she would not show it. She did not even look at Lin Xian. However, Lin Xian knew that she was concerned about him, and was quite touched. This girl's confession mission was not urgent. It could not be rushed. When he arrived at the Gale Mercenaries Cafe, the scene was similar to before. Miao Xiaomiao sat in a corner and focused on operating the computer. As for what she was doing, Lin Xian did not understand. Wang Qian was tidying up the cafe. Miao Zhenghao and the others were nowhere to be seen. Lin Xian, you're here. Wang Qian saw Lin Xian and said in surprise. Miao Xiaomiao, who was in the corner, heard the voice and quickly turned her head. At that moment, her big eyes shone with surprise. However, when Lin Xian looked over, she quickly turned her little head away with a proud look. It was as if she did not care about Lin Xian. Lin Xian smiled in his heart and said to Wang Qian, Sister Qian, I'm here to drink some coffee. I'll help you. You go and chat with Xiaomiao first. Okay. The cafe's business wasn't good. It was only slightly profitable, but it didn't matter. They didn't open the cafe to make money. They just wanted to have a good environment for them to sit and drink coffee and chat. Making money was secondary. The members of the Wind Mercenary Group drank more than the customers. Lin Xian walked to Miao Xiaomiao's side. She still did not look back. Then Lin Xian rubbed her little head. What? Don't touch me. Miao Xiaomiao slapped Lin Xian's hand away. Ding. Miao Xiaomiao's favorability towards you +1. Lin Xian. Lin Xian had no idea what this little girl was thinking at all. Her favorability towards him was now at 41. 5 was quite high. Lin Xian then sat in front of Miao Xiaomiao and smiled at her. Miao Xiaomiao blinked her big eyes and glared at Lin Xian. Why are you looking at me? Miao Xiaomiao pouted. Miao Xiaomiao was indeed beautiful. When she grew up, her looks would not lose to Ling Ying and Linya. She was so beautiful at such a young age. Especially her twin ponytails. It was very suitable for a girl her age. With her looks, she was definitely the target of those weird uncles. However, this girl's IQ was terrifyingly high. Let me see how much you care about me. Lin Xian smiled at Miao Xiaomiao. TSK, who cares about you? Miao Xiaomiao said indignantly. Then who was it that kept asking Miss Xiao if I was fine? She even called me but couldn't get through. I heard she was so worried that she was about to cry. Miao Xiaomiao froze and blushed. Ah, did Sister Ning Ning tell you this? Yes. Sister Ning Ning said she wouldn't tell. Miao Xiaomiao pouted angrily. Then, she thought of something and quickly said, It's Grandpa who told me to ask if you're fine, not me. Why would I care if you're dead or alive? It's good that you're dead. There's one less disaster. Also, why would I cry because of you? What a joke. Women. She was so young and already learned about women. What would she be like when she grew up? Aya, I'm your good brother after all. You definitely can't bear to part with me. Good brother? Do you have proof? Miao Xiaomiao faced Lin Xian without any fear. Don't forget that I have a recording of you calling me good brother. Miao Xiaomiao smiled slyly. Really? Isn't your phone broken? Lin Xian, damn. This girl was indeed different from her peers. If it were any other little loli, they would have panicked. He actually didn't manage to fool her. Okay, you're good. Lin Xian's mouth twitched. He couldn't help but give Miao Xiaomiao a thumbs up. Wang Qian walked over with a cup of coffee and placed it in front of Lin Xian. She smiled and said, So don't look at Xiaomiao with the eyes of your peers. Lin Xian thanked her and then said, Sister Qian, do you think Xiaomiao was worried when she heard that something happened to me? Miao Xiaomiao kept winking at Wang Qian. Xiaomiao, what happened to your eyes? Cough cough. San got in. Miao Xiaomiao quickly rubbed her big eyes and said. Wang Qian smiled and said, I don't know. I asked for leave at that time. Drink slowly. I'll pour you more when you're done. Thank you, Sister Qian Qian. Miao Xiaomiao breathed a sigh of relief. Xiaomiao. Don't call me Xiaomiao. Call me Sister Miao. Miao Xiaomiao said unhappily. Lin Xian couldn't help but smile. This girl was really cute. Okay, Xiaomiao. Miao Xiaomiao. Ding. Detected Miao Xiaomiao's resentment. Scumbag value plus 20,000. Where's Grandpa Miao? Lin Xian asked. Grandpa went out to play chess with an old friend, so he's not here. But, Miao Xiaomiao looked at Lin Xian and said, You actually have both space and thunder attributes. When Miao Xiaomiao heard this news, she was shocked. Even her grandpa was shocked. Space attribute plus the rare thunder attribute. This power was simply too abnormal. Lin Xian didn't know what to say. Indeed, he used to have the space attribute, but after using it once, it was gone. But in the eyes of others, Lin Xian still had the space attribute. Miao Xiaomiao even suspected that the time attribute was released by Lin Xian using a spiritual weapon, or that he himself also had the time attribute. Thinking about it, it was impossible. A pure thunder attribute was already very rare. A pure space attribute was even rarer. A pure space attribute could only be found once in a few 100 million people, not to mention a dual attribute that combined the two. Then, there was also the time attribute, that could only be found once in a few 100 million martial artists. 3 attributes, 3 super rare attributes in one body. How is that possible? Do you believe it? That's what the outside world is saying. I specifically asked Sister Ning Ning. Although her answer was vague, I'm sure it's true. I believe it. Then it's true. Lin Xian shrugged. Miao Xiaomiao was shocked. She was a little arrogant. She was indeed a genius, and her wind and fire attributes were indeed powerful. But after meeting Lin Xian, she realized that her grandpa's high regard for Lin Xian was not without reason. Chapter 144. Miao Xiaomiao thought about it and then slammed the table, scaring Lin Xian. What was this girl doing? No, you have to fight with me. I want to feel how strong the power of space is. Miao Xiaomiao looked at Lin Xian seriously. Lin Xian. Apart from being arrogant, Miao Xiaomiao was also a battle maniac. But that couldn't be done, because he didn't have the space attribute. If I fight just because you tell me to, wouldn't I lose face? Then what do I have to do for you to fight with me? Miao Xiaomiao asked. Simple, call me Big Brother and I'll fight with you. Lin Xian said with a smile. Big Brother. Lin Xian. Lin Xian originally wanted to say something that she wouldn't do. Wouldn't this matter be over then? But he didn't think that Miao Xiaomiao would just say it. Although Miao Xiaomiao was shy, she didn't care. After all, she had already said it, so it wasn't that embarrassing to say it again. You didn't hear me out. Apart from calling me Big Brother, you also have to massage me for a month, serve me tea, and go die. Liar. Big liar. Your nose needs to grow longer when you lie. Miao Xiaomiao gritted her teeth and glared at Lin Xian. Lin Xian shrugged and said, How am I a liar? Who told you to say it before hearing me out? How can you blame me? Ding. You caused Miao Xiaomiao to be filled with resentment. Scum man value plus 20,000. Miao Xiaomiao was so angry that she kept panting, as if that would calm her down. I just wanted to know how strong the power of space is. Miao Xiaomiao said in a small voice, looking a bit wronged. Lin Xian really softened. No, this girl was very smart. She was pretending. It was definitely a scheme. Moreover, even if Lin Xian softened, he couldn't do it because he didn't have the space attribute. You don't need to feel it. If I release it, you won't be able to fight back against me at the same level. Lin Xian said. He wasn't trying to act tough. He was really that strong. Alright. I won't fight then. Miao Xiaomiao snorted. Besides, I'm here to see you, not to fight with you. Looking at me. Yeah, why else would I be here? Miao Xiaomiao was delighted to hear Lin Xian's words. TSK, who wants you to look? Who do you think you are? I'm your good brother. Miao Xiaomiao. Behind them, Wang Qian wiped the cups and smiled as she listened to their bickering. It was quite interesting. He was also the first man she had seen who could make Meow Xiaomao feel helpless. Speaking of which, little Meow Meow, I have a question for you. Go ahead. Say, have you ever met a weird uncle who wants to take you to eat lollipops? Lin Xian asked with a smile. Of course, I've already crippled 3 of them. Lin Xian. Damn. He couldn't afford to offend them. A bunch of old men still lusting after my beauty. Disgusting. Meow Xiaomiao said angrily. Then she looked at Lin Xian and asked, why are you asking this? Actually, Lin Xian wanted to say that he also wanted to treat Meow Xiaomiao to lollipops. But after hearing her words, Lin Xian gave up. It's nothing. I just thought you were pretty and wanted to ask. You also know that this lady is devastatingly beautiful. Meow Xiaomiao raised her head proudly. You know that this lady is devastatingly beautiful? Lin Xian. Damn it. He had only praised her beauty. And this girl had added 3 modifiers. Bah. Lin Xian. Are you staying for dinner tonight? Wang Qian walked over and poured Lin Xian a cup of coffee as she asked. Lin Xian shook his head. Not tonight. I have something to do tonight. Oh, which girl are you going on a date with? Wang Qian asked with a smile. Meow Xiaomiao snorted and said, him? It'd be a miracle if he could find a girlfriend. Lin Xian. Sorry, but I'm really going to a girl's house tonight. She said she would cook for me. Lin Xian looked at Meow Xiaomiao smugly. I don't believe you. Men. Wang Qian didn't care whether she believed him or not. She just smiled and said, that's quite promising. Is she your girlfriend? No. Meow Xiaomiao breathed a sigh of relief when she heard Lin Xian's words. She felt that before Lin Xian answered, her heart was on tenterhooks. It was just like when they were in school, and the teacher read the grades one by one in front of them. Is it a girl you like? Wang Qian sat beside them and asked. Lin Xian scratched his head and said, that's hard to say. After all, the little girl sitting next to him was also Lin Xian's target, so he couldn't speak carelessly. Wang Qian smiled and didn't say anything. TSK, hard to say. You sound fake. You're a single dog who can't find a girlfriend. Meow Xiaomiao made a face. Yeah, I'm waiting for you to be my girlfriend when you're older. That's why I haven't found one yet. Lin Xian's tone sounded like he was joking, but he was actually testing her. Whoosh, Meow Xiaomiao's pretty face instantly turned red. Ding. Meow Xiaomiao's favorability towards you +3. 5. Lin Xian. Favorability could increase like this? Just you wait. I'll tell Grandpa that you teased me. Meow Xiaomiao then glared at Lin Xian. Haha, I think it's feasible. Xiaomiao can find a boyfriend when she's 16 in 2 years. After all, Xiaomiao, your mother started dating your father when she was 16, right? Wang Qian laughed and teased. Even if I do, I can't find that big hooligan in front of me. Lin Xian shrugged. At least he felt that this little girl had some potential. By the way, Lin Xian, do you have time in the next 2 days? Wang Qian suddenly thought of something and asked. Lin Xian nodded. Yes, I have time recently. However, I might not have time at certain times. This can be discussed. What's the matter? Let Xiaomiao speak. Meow Xiaomiao then nodded and said to Lin Xian. It's about your incident. A thunder tribulation realm beast appeared. Many powerhouses investigated and discovered that there are many signs of active beasts in Linfeng City. Therefore, the Divine Temple, the Bounty Hunter Guild, and even the Trial Union have joined forces and will enter Linfeng City at noon the day after tomorrow. All the major mercenary groups under the Bounty Hunter Guild can also participate in this operation. At the same time, no matter what, the mercenary groups will receive a handsome reward as long as they contribute their manpower. Lin Xian thought for a moment, then looked at Meow Xiaomiao and asked, do you mean that everyone has this idea? Meow Xiaomiao nodded. That's right. Everyone has already discussed it. We will set off together with the group the day after tomorrow. This kind of opportunity is very rare. It's basically a benefit for all of us. Of course, it's accompanied by danger. However, this danger should be minimized, so we plan to go. Minimize danger? Lin Xian looked at Meow Xiaomiao in confusion. Chapter 145. Miao Xiaomiao rolled her eyes cutely and said, "Are you stupid? The three great factions are sending people personally, and there are even many experts from the inner city. There are as many profound heaven realm experts as there are dogs, and there are probably quite a few lightning tribulation realm experts as well. There are even law realm experts accompanying them. The three great factions are sending no less than 10,000 people this time, including the various large mercenary groups and individual teams. There are at least 50,000 people this time. In such a situation, of course it's not that dangerous." Lin Xian pondered for a moment. Wang Qian said, "Actually, to put it bluntly, we're just tagging along. It's like a temporary conscription, but even if we don't do anything, we'll still be rewarded handsomely when we come back. This time, it's China, and the country is paying because this matter has indeed attracted China's attention. They believe that Tianhua City may indeed become the target of a monster attack in the near future. If there are lightning tribulation realm and law realm experts leading the team, it's indeed safe under normal circumstances." Lin Xian pondered. Miao Xiaomiao nodded. "Yes, not only is it safe, but we also have a chance to kill a monster. Moreover, it's in a relatively safe environment. No matter how you think about it, it's not a loss." Lin Xian looked up at them and said, "But aren't you afraid of a domain realm monster that surpasses the law realm appearing?" Miao Xiaomiao rolled her eyes at Lin Xian and said, "Lin Xian, you're underestimating the domain realm. A monster in the 60s or 70s can destroy everything within a few thousand meters with a wave of its hand. Let's put it this way. In history, monsters have attacked cities, and more than 300 cities have been conquered. In a few decades, a monster of this level has never appeared. How could it appear in Linfeng City, which is so close to human territory? Then before this, did you think that a lightning tribulation realm monster would appear 3 kilometers away from Tianhua City?" Lin Xian asked back. Miao Xiaomiao was stumped. That's right, before this incident, she had indeed never thought that such a situation would occur. "You're right, but the probability of this happening is just too low. Moreover, we'll definitely make preparations before we go." Miao Xiaomiao said. Actually, to Lin Xian, that was an opportunity. Linfeng City was more than 100 kilometers away from Tianhua City. That was a city that had been captured and had long become the territory of demonic beasts. There must be a lot of powerful demonic beasts there, and Lin Xian was now a 2-star arcane body realm cultivator. He needed powerful demonic beasts, arcane body realm demonic beasts, to quickly raise his realm. Lin Xian didn't dare to go alone or with a team. However, if they were to follow the 3 major forces, their safety would be guaranteed. I want to ask, why did the 3 major forces bring people to Linfeng City? Miao Xiaomiao said, "Clear. What? We've investigated Linfeng City and found that there are many demonic beasts there. At the same time, it's also a place that invades Tianhua City. Clearing the demonic beasts there won't guarantee much, but it can at least guarantee that the demonic beasts' attack on the city will be delayed. This is also a strike by us humans to dampen the demonic beasts' arrogance. Wouldn't it be over if we just fired a nuclear missile?" Miao Xiaomiao laughed. "Yes, a nuclear bomb can destroy an area of tens of kilometers and kill demonic beasts. If we fire a few hundred or a few thousand, demonic beasts will all die. However, this is just an ideal situation," Miao Xiaomiao said. "Firstly, the radiation from the nuclear bomb will cause the explosion area to become uninhabitable for tens of years. Secondly, even if it's a nuclear bomb, it can only destroy existences below the lightning retribution realm. Even lightning retribution realm demonic beasts can withstand its power. The demonic beasts are either very weak or very strong. Just killing a group of weak demonic beasts is meaningless. Thirdly, if a powerful demonic beast senses it, it can release its power to detonate the nuclear bomb from tens of thousands of meters away. It can't hit the target accurately. Fourthly, and most importantly, it's too dangerous. After transforming into human form, many powerful demonic beasts even have the ability to change the direction of the nuclear bomb. In other words, if we fire a nuclear bomb, it's very likely that we'll fall into the demonic beast's trap. The nuclear bomb may be transferred by the demonic beasts to the sky above the city. Then, it's the same as humans destroying themselves. Lin Xian said. Lin Xian knew this as well, but he didn't know the full extent of it. Yes, it's not like there haven't been such examples before. In Lin Xian's memory, such a situation happened 30 years ago. A city was destroyed by the humans' own hands, and hundreds of thousands of people died. The demonic beasts even destroyed the enemy effortlessly and took over the city. From then on, such situations were forbidden. Instead, it was possible that the demonic beasts were waiting for the humans to release a nuclear bomb. Then what about this time? Just relying on tens of thousands of people to clear it? Is it possible? Miao Xiao Miao said. From what I know, this time they'll be carrying heavy weapons. They'll be divided into several groups, and each group will be led by a strong cultivator. They can also carry out small-scale bombings, so dealing with weak demonic beasts shouldn't be a problem. Our mission is to escort them and clear out the nearby demonic beasts. Lin Xian hesitated for a moment, then nodded. Okay, then I'll go too. You should have agreed long ago. You're a grown man, so why are you hesitating? Miao Xiao Miao rolled her eyes, but when she heard that Lin Xian would also go, she was very happy. What the hell do you know? Lin Xian rolled his eyes back. He wasn't afraid of himself, but he was afraid of Linya. He had fetters, and Lin Xian wouldn't be so decisive. At the same time, he was also panicking. That kind of demonic beasts had appeared outside Tianhua City. He really didn't know how dangerous it was outside. No matter how small the possibility was, it was still dangerous. But at the same time, it was also an opportunity. Then it's settled. Gather here at 9 in the morning the day after tomorrow, okay? Miao Xiao Miao looked at Lin Xian and asked. Lin Xian nodded, then looked at her and said, You're going too? Of course. This lady is counting on raising her cultivation by a few stars this time. Miao Xiao Miao said proudly. Lin Xian glanced at her. This Miao Xiao Miao had actually reached the arcane body realm 1 star. God knows when she went out to kill demonic beasts again. Okay, then it's settled. Do I need to register? Give me your identification card, and I'll help you register. Otherwise, I won't give you the reward when the time comes. Lin Xian then passed his identification card to Miao Xiao Miao. Then it's settled. I'll go back first. Ah, you're leaving already? Lin Xian smiled, looked at Miao Xiao Miao, and asked, Why? You can't bear to leave me? That's not it. Lin Xian thought about it. Indeed, there was nothing to do when he went back. Ling Ying's place was in the afternoon, and Linya and the others were shopping. He didn't know what to do at the academy, so he might as well stay here for a while. Then stay and play. But you have to bring me along to play. You can't let me be bored. I'm considered a guest, right? Chapter 146. When Miao Xiao Miao said that she was playing with Lin Xian, she was the one who gave Lin Xian a computer, and the two of them were playing games. Wow, you're so bad. Lin Xian couldn't help but complain. Miao Xiao Miao's face turned red. It's not like I play games often. If I'm being tricked, so be it. I'm just playing with you. Miao Xiao Miao rebutted Lin Xian. Damn, you're such a smart girl. Logically speaking, you should be good at everything, let alone playing games. Why do I feel like you can't even control the keyboard and mouse? Is there something wrong with your brain? Ding. Feeling Miao Xiao Miao's resentment, scumbag value plus 10,000. Lin Xian, I'm lowering myself to play games with you, but you're not happy about it. Miao Xiao Miao pointed at Lin Xian indignantly, looking extremely cute when she was huffing and puffing. Lin Xian shrugged and said, Even a newbie can't be so bad, right? And you say you've played before? TSK, you haven't won a single game this afternoon. Are you playing a game? Or are you just giving your 5 opponents some warmth? Are you blaming me for losing? Shouldn't I be blaming you for not being able to fight 1 against 5? Lin Xian was speechless. That's my fault. I can't fight 1 against 5. Lin Xian finally admitted defeat. F***ck. That's more like it. Do you still want to play? Lin Xian looked at the time and said, Play my ass. I'm going to F***ck some girls. I can't be bothered with a little girl like you. Miao Xiaomiao was speechless. TSK, you're puffing yourself up at your own cost. Do you have a girlfriend? TSK. Miao Xiaomiao didn't believe him. Alright, just you wait. At this time, Miao Jinghao walked in with a smile. You two kids. I can hear you arguing from outside. Miao Jinghao looked at Lin Xian and Miao Xiaomiao helplessly and shook his head with a smile. Grandpa. Seeing Miao Jinghao, Miao Xiaomiao quickly ran over and hugged his arm. Grandpa, Lin Xian bullied your granddaughter. You have to teach him a lesson. Wang Qian smiled as she watched this scene. Why did she feel that these two people were enemies instead? Miao Jinghao rubbed Miao Xiaomiao's hair and said, You don't cause trouble. Grandpa, why are you siding with an outsider? I'm your biological granddaughter. Miao Xiaomiao pouted. You brat, you've been spoiled rotten by me. It's good that Lin Xian is teaching you a lesson. Miao Xiaomiao. She could feel the malice from her family. Did you see that? Even Grandpa Miao isn't on your side. And you're still arguing with me. Lin Xian even gave Miao Xiaomiao the middle finger. Miao Xiaomiao was furious. Miao Xiaomiao turned her head, causing her ponytail to sway. Then, she angrily sat down on her seat and finished her coffee in one gulp. Miao Jinghao sat next to Lin Xian and poured a cup of coffee for them. Lin Xian, I've heard about the crisis that happened when the Sky Martial Court went out to train. This incident was not only spread in Tianhua City, but it had spread to other cities as well. However, not many people knew about it. Most people only knew that a very powerful demonic beast had appeared outside Tianhua City. However, a young genius who had mastered the space attribute had saved 40 teachers and students, but he had fallen into danger. As for the news that Lin Xian had returned alive, many people did not know about it. This incident was not reported after that, because it might cause unnecessary panic. Lin Xian took a sip of coffee and said, I didn't expect to encounter such a situation either. That's right. Miao Jinghao sighed and said, If it weren't for you, the 40 teachers and students in Ningning, and the hundreds of Sky Martial Court students who went out this time might have been killed. Fortunately, the outcome was good. Nobody was hurt. Lin Xian did not know why Miao Jinghao had brought this up, but it was something that could be forgotten. You're so young, but you're able to use the space attribute to such an extent. It's heaven-defying. Miao Jinghao sighed. Actually, Lin Xian didn't know exactly how heaven-defying it was. He only knew that it was quite powerful. However, to be able to teleport 40 people 1,000 meters away, Lin Xian didn't know what it was like. However, from Miao Jinghao's words, it was obvious that it was heaven-defying. It was a little exaggerated. Grandpa Miao, is it really that powerful? I'm not sure. I don't have much of an understanding of the space attribute. Miao Jinghao smiled and said, How should I compare it to you? I've met a space master before. He's already 83 years old and has been cultivating the space attribute for 70 years. He's now in the Law Realm. He can release the space attribute at full power, and the effect is about 5 times stronger than yours. Do you understand this concept? That means he can teleport 200 people 5,000 meters away. Lin Xian muttered. However, you have to remember that he has been cultivating for 70 years and is in the Law Realm. After hearing Miao Jinghao's words, Lin Xian suddenly became terrified. Only someone who had been cultivating for 70 years and was in the Law Realm could achieve such an effect. However, he could teleport 40 people 1,000 meters away. It did seem like it would cause a commotion. Every attribute requires talent. The more talented one is, the more proficient and refined one's control of that attribute will be. Under such circumstances, one will be able to fight with more ease. Time and space are the most special existences. Talent is no longer useful. Many people who have awakened these two attributes, even if they reach the mystic heaven realm or the thunder tribulation realm, can only achieve the effect of short-distance teleportation. Compared to you, they're tens of times worse. If you want to cultivate these two attributes well, hard work takes up 10%. The other 90% depends on your innate understanding of the attribute, Miao Jinghao said. Lin Xian was baffled by what he heard. When Miao Jinghao saw Lin Xian's expression, He smiled kindly and said, "What I mean is that some people are born with powerful space and time attributes, but they can't cultivate them well their entire lives. They might even be useless because they don't have an innate understanding of the attribute. However, some people like you have such a heaven-defying control of space at such a young age. That means you were born with an innate understanding of the space attribute. It's very simple. It's just like how some people are born with great hearing, but most people only have ordinary hearing. You're the former." No matter what Miao Jinghao said, Lin Xian only knew that the reason he could release such a powerful space attribute had nothing to do with him. However, after hearing what Miao Jinghao said, this innate understanding of the space attribute seemed to be very important. If he obtained this attribute in the future, he couldn't cultivate it well and couldn't teleport 40 people 1,000 meters away. Wouldn't that be useless? Chapter 147. Seeing that Lin Xian was deep in thought, Miao Jinghao said, "Do you know that you're currently being watched by the three major forces?" Lin Xian shook his head. "I'm not sure, but I've heard about it." "Why?" "You're such a young prodigy with the space attribute. And you also have the thunder attribute. You're someone that any major family or force would want to rope in. Simply put, if you can join one of the forces, based on the potential and ability you've shown now, you'll bring them unlimited benefits in the future. Of course, they'll also definitely use very generous benefits to rope you in. You're so lucky to be valued so highly. Your future is limitless. You might even be able to sit in the upper echelons of a certain force." Miao Xiaomiao mumbled. Miao Jinghao said, "This isn't luck. This is a reflection of one's ability." Miao Jinghao valued Lin Xian very much. Before this, he didn't even know that Lin Xian had the time attribute. No one knew either, so Lin Xian had always been hiding it. If anyone else had the time attribute, they would have been eager to show it off. However, Lin Xian had kept it a secret. This was something that Miao Jinghao admired. He also knew that this person would definitely become someone great in the future. Lin Xian was deep in thought. "You're thinking about which force to join, right?" Actually, Lin Xian wasn't even thinking about this. He didn't have the space attribute. If he joined, wouldn't he be seen as a joke by others? Therefore, no matter how generous the benefits were, Lin Xian wouldn't join. Moreover, he liked his current life and didn't want to be tied down by any force. Miao Jinghao said directly, "Actually, my suggestion is that if you join, you can consider the trial union." "Why?" In Lin Xian's impression, the trial union was probably the most low-key of the three major forces. This meant that there was very little news about the trial union. Basically, no one even knew who the members of the trial union were. But in the Holy Sanctum, members of the Bounty Hunter Guild could be seen everywhere. The Holy Sanctum mostly protects the country and is often on the front lines. I don't know much about you, but I've heard little Miao mention it a few times. Naturally, you're not the kind of person who likes to be tied down. The Bounty Hunter Guild, the Real Bounty Hunter Guild, actually exists mostly for the sake of earning money, so it's not suitable for you. On the other hand, the Judgment Union is a very free organization. At the same time, they have more power. Miao Jinghao looked at Lin Xian and said. Lin Xian smiled and said, "I don't want to join any forces." "Oh, why?" Miao Jinghao was extremely surprised. He then said, "You should know that if you join them, they will provide you with more cultivation resources than you can ever use in your entire life. Martial arts techniques, spiritual weapons, all kinds of tools, and spiritual weapons are innumerable. They might even hire experts to take you out to kill powerful demonic beasts and quickly increase your strength. Isn't that a great temptation?" Lin Xian nodded. "Yes, the temptation is indeed great, but it's not my original intention. I only hope to be able to happily stay by the side of the person I love, and that's enough for me. I don't want to have too much power, and I don't want to live under someone else's roof. I'm just a slacker, and I don't want to have any so-called obligations. As for strength, I prefer to kill monsters with my own hands. It might be slower and more dangerous to level up on my own, but I think the process is the most important. I can strengthen myself in all aspects while fighting monsters, And that's something they can't give me. Miao Jinghao nodded in satisfaction. I'm also impressed by you. However, this is indeed an opportunity. I'm afraid they'll go to the Sky Marshal Court tomorrow to look for you. You should be prepared. While you're at it, consider it carefully. There's no harm in it, but you're right. Miao Jinghao said. Thank you for your reminder, Grandpa Miao. Miao Jinghao thought for a moment, then looked at Lin Xian and said, You're going to Linfeng City to carry out the monster extermination plan, right? Lin Xian nodded. Then, Miao Jinghao patted Miao Xiaomiao's shoulder, looked at Lin Xian and said, Then I'll leave Xiaomiao in your care. TSK, who needs him to take care of me? I can take care of myself. Lin Xian smiled and said, Yes, and I'm not much stronger than Xiaomiao. I can't take care of her even if I want to. I can only try my best. However, with so many experts around, there shouldn't be any danger. Lin Xian, of course, knew what Miao Jinghao meant. He believed that Lin Xian had the space attribute. So compared to those experts, he could provide better and more direct protection for Miao Xiaomiao. Miao Jinghao smiled and nodded slightly. He then stood up and said, Lin Xian, stay for dinner tonight. I'll go cook now. It's okay. I have something to do tonight. It's about time, so I should go. All right, I'll get Qian to drive you. No need to trouble yourself. It's not far. I'll take my leave then. Miao Xiaomiao quickly said, Don't forget to come over at 9 in the morning the day after tomorrow. I know, little girl. With that, Lin Xian walked out. Miao Xiaomiao was speechless. Grandpa, look at that Lin Xian. He's bullying me right in front of you. Miao Xiaomiao said unhappily. Is that so? Why do I feel that Xiaomiao likes to bicker with Lin Xian? You like to be bullied by people like him? How is that possible? Miao Xiaomiao retorted seriously. Miao Jinghao was very experienced. He knew his precious granddaughter too well. That's right, Lin Xian was the first person that Miao Jinghao had seen who could bicker with Miao Xiaomiao. Miao Xiaomiao was the first person that Miao Jinghao had seen who could bicker with Miao Xiaomiao. Perhaps it was because Lin Xian had saved Miao Xiaomiao. But no matter what, Lin Xian was a special existence. Miao Jinghao also thought that he was a good person. Alright, Grandpa is going to cook. On the other hand, Lin Xian had just walked out of the Bounty Hunter Guild when his phone rang. The caller ID showed that it was Ling Ying. Hello, little Ying Ying. What's up? Lin Xian smiled as he answered the call. Ling Ying paused for a moment and asked, Bastard, are you coming or not? Forget it if you're not coming. Lin Xian was speechless. Damn it. How dare she scold him? Lin Xian decided to teach this girl a lesson. But why did it feel like although Ling Ying said that, Lin Xian felt that she wanted him to go? Women were such inexplicable creatures. Come. I was just about to call you to ask for the address. Send it to me on WeChat. Okay. I'll send you the menu. Help me buy some groceries on the way. Lin Xian was speechless. No way. I have to buy them. It's just on the way. It won't take long. What's wrong? I'm cooking for you. And you're helping me buy groceries? Are you not happy? Okay. I'll buy them. However arrogant Ling Ying was now, Lin Xian would make her embarrassed tonight. Chapter 148. After 20 minutes, Lin Xian carried a few dozen kilograms of groceries with both hands. He could not understand why so many ingredients were needed to make a few dishes. Even Linya did not buy so much for 2 days each time, right? Ling Ying's place was actually quite close to his house, about 3 kilometers away. In a city, 3 kilometers was really close. It was also not far from Tianhua Academy, and was also in a high-end district. Lin Xian had already guessed it. Looking at Ling Ying's temperament, this girl was definitely from a rich family. It was normal for a rich family's daughter to rent a beautiful house, or even buy one. Actually, even if she was not from a rich family, with her ability, it was too easy for her to earn money. Ling Ying lived on the 24th floor, which was also the top floor of the building. She probably lived so high up because she liked the feeling. But all these were not important. What was important was that Lin Xian was going to Ling Ying's house. A single man and a single woman. It was getting dark outside. What would happen? Lin Xian was also looking forward to it. He did not have any good intentions when he came over for dinner. Ding dong. Lin Xian pressed the doorbell, and soon, the sound of slippers running to the door could be heard. The door was opened, and this was the first time Lin Xian saw Ling Ying in her home clothes. She was wearing a loose white sweater and shorts that were so short that they were covered by the oversized shirt. All he could see was a pair of long legs that made one's imagination run wild. Pop! Ling Ying took the lollipop out of her mouth and looked at Lin Xian, sizing him up. You're wearing this? F***CK. What do you want me to wear? Hurry up and go in, it's so heavy. Then, Ling Ying made space for Lin Xian. Lin Xian carried the groceries in and placed them on the ground. Then, he extended his hand to Ling Ying. Ling Ying was stunned. He took out a lollipop and handed it to Lin Xian. No, these dishes cost 310 yuan in total. I'll round it off and return 300 yuan to you. Ling Ying. Ding. You have sensed Ling Ying's displeasure. Scumbag value plus 10,000. Wow. I really want to beat up this bastard in front of me. Ling Ying held it in. I spent so much effort to cook a table of dishes for you. Don't tell me it costs more than 300 yuan? Ling Ying rolled his eyes at Lin Xian. Wow. You don't want to pay, do you? Men. Ling Ying rolled his eyes at Lin Xian again, then carried the groceries into the kitchen. Sit anywhere you like. I'm going to cook. Also, you're not allowed to enter my room. Otherwise, I'll beat you to death. Ling Ying's voice was heard. I'll go. Lin Xian closed the door and said, I'm still your guest. It's fine if you don't treat me well, but at least pour me a glass of water. Whoosh! A bottle of water was thrown over. Lin Xian reached out and caught it. It was still a drink. Lin Xian's mouth twitched. Okay, you're good. Then let me see what my little girlfriend's house is like. Ling Ying, she said while arranging the dishes. Who's your girlfriend? Lin Xian smiled and didn't say anything. Then he walked around Ling Ying's house. He had to admit that this girl knew how to live. The overall decoration was very warm and beautiful. It was also a 3-bedroom house. What surprised Lin Xian the most was the living room. This was the 24th floor. On one side, there wasn't a wall but a glass. It was completely transparent glass. Through the glass, one could see the beautiful scenery far away. After all, it was the 24th floor. Sitting next to it was pretty cool. However, for people who were afraid of heights, this was a forbidden area. Hey, is this glass hard? If I leaned on it and broke, wouldn't I fall from the 24th floor and become mincemeat? Lin Xian said. Ling Ying's voice came. Nonsense. If it was normal glass, do you think you would dare to decorate it like this? You can't break this glass, even with the strength of a spirit-focused cultivator. Only a beginner arcane body cultivator can barely break it. However, it won't fall. It's a strengthened version of tempered glass. That's good. Do you like to sit next to this glass and look at the scenery when you're free every day? Of course. Otherwise, why would I decorate this place like this? Lin Xian muttered. I don't know if it's better to do it on the sofa next to this. What did you say? Ling Ying's voice came from the kitchen. Nothing. Lin Xian suddenly coughed. However, he was looking forward to it. Next to the glass was a special kind of sofa. It was quite big and was tightly pressed against the glass. There was a quilt on top of it. It seemed that Ling Ying often slept on this sofa. However, it was indeed very beautiful. After looking around the other rooms, one of them was tightly shut and even locked. It seemed to be Ling Ying's boudoir. It's still locked. I don't know what secrets are inside. She's still shy. Lin Xian couldn't help but laugh in his heart. Then he went to another room. In this room, there wasn't anything special to pay attention to. The only thing that caught Lin Xian's attention was a picture frame on the table. Inside it was a picture of 2 girls. Lin Xian picked it up and looked at it. One of them was Ling Ying. However, it seemed to be her from 2 or 3 years ago. At that time, she was a little young and inexperienced. However, she was also very beautiful. She preferred to wear black clothes, which was also in line with her personality. The other girl made Lin Xian stunned. Ling Ying was already incomparably beautiful. This girl didn't lose to Ling Ying in the slightest. She was wearing a white dress. This girl's beauty really made Lin Xian surprised. The 2 of them were in a beautiful field of rapeseed flowers. The sun was warm, and the background was beautiful. Linging was hugging her from behind with a sly look on her face. She even looked like she wanted to kiss her. The other girl looked like an ice beauty just by looking at the photo. Linging, on the other hand, had a look of disdain. This photo was quite interesting. Lin Xian took the photo and walked to the kitchen. Linging was busy. Little Ying, who is this person in the photo? She's so beautiful. Damn, how dare he praise someone else's beauty? However, Linging took a look and said, "It's Han Chuxue. Don't you know her?" Sure enough, it's Han Chuxue. I knew it. Only Han Chuxue could be comparable to you in terms of beauty. Then Lin Xian said, I've heard of her, but I've never seen her before. I've also never seen her photo, so I don't know her. What do you think? Isn't she beautiful? Linging asked with a smile. Praising another girl's beauty in front of another girl was the most stupid thing to do. Of course Lin Xian knew. She is indeed beautiful, but compared to you, there's still a gap. Lin Xian said. TSK, hypocritical man. Linging snorted, but he was still happy in his heart. What? Do you think you're not as beautiful as Han Chuxue? Lin Xian asked with a smile. Otherwise, why is she the #1 school beauty and I'm #2? Lin Xian shrugged and said, in my eyes you're #1 and she's #2. That's it. Chapter 149. How should he put it? Han Chuxue was indeed beautiful, but Linging didn't lose to her at all. This was Lin Xian's heartfelt words. Both of them were top-notch beauties, and they were equally matched. As for why Han Chuxue was #1 and Linging was #2, Lin Xian roughly knew the reason. It was because of their temperament and character. Linging was the type of girl who was unrestrained, devilish, and mischievous. She didn't play by the rules. In other people's eyes, she was a wanton girl. On the other hand, Han Chuxue was a noble and cold goddess. Everyone had their own preferences, but it was definitely Han Chuxue's cold goddess temperament that could arouse a man's desire to conquer her. Think about it, conquering such a woman should be the most difficult. It was also because of this reason that Han Chuxue was naturally liked by more people. More accurately, they wanted to conquer her. It didn't mean that Han Chuxue suppressed Linging in terms of looks. That wasn't the case. You think I'll believe you? Here, I'll give you a choice. Between me and Han Chuxue, you can choose one to have sex with. Who will you choose? Of course it's Han Chuxue. Linging. Why? Because I've already had sex with you. Linging. Go to hell. Then Linging directly kicked over. Lin Xian was already prepared and dodged it. Damn, you're not holding back at all. If that kick hit me, I'd definitely fly 10 meters away. Lin Xian secretly sighed. All men deserve to die. Lin Xian. Then if all the men died, how would you women deal with it? Lin Xian asked with a smile. Can't a woman be with another woman? Linging rolled his eyes. A woman with another woman. Lin Xian instantly imagined a scene. Then his face revealed a thought-provoking expression. Linging saw Lin Xian's expression and gritted his teeth. Pooh. Stinky man. Hurry up and go away. I'm going to cook. Leave me alone. Let me be your assistant. I'm bored anyway. You. Linging squinted at Lin Xian and asked. Are you sure you'll do it? Tisk, just watch. Then, the two of them chatted in the kitchen while cooking. You really know how to do it. Seeing how proficient Lin Xian was, Linging was really surprised. I know a lot of things. Lin Xian then picked up a piece of red braised pork and put it into his mouth. It tastes pretty good. As he spoke, he pinched another piece and sent it to Lingying's mouth. Try it. Lingying hesitated for a moment, but still opened his mouth and ate it. How is it? I did it. It tastes the same as Sister Yaya. It's delicious. I didn't expect you to be able to cook so well. Lingying said in surprise. If you like, I can cook for you often. Okay, you said it. After saying that, Lingying realized something. Didn't this mean that Lin Xian was going to come to her house often? No, there was a conspiracy. Forget it, I'll just eat casually. It's too troublesome. No need. No, you've already agreed. I plan to go home and bring all my daily necessities over. Lingying. Get lost. Hee hee. Lin Xian's lips curled into a smile. An hour later, 7 dishes and a soup were done. Originally, Lin Xian just wanted to eat casually. 3 or 4 dishes were enough, because his goal wasn't to eat. However, Ling Ying was very insistent. He even said that with so many ingredients, if he didn't make enough, it would spoil. So he made so much. Lin Xian made 2 dishes, and the rest were all Ling Ying's cooking. The two of them really sat at the table like a young couple, chatting and eating. The other day, you made 2 dishes at my house. I thought they were delicious, so I came over to eat, Lin Xian said as he ate Ling Ying's dishes. If it's delicious, then eat it all. Otherwise, it'll be a waste. Of course, my girlfriend's dishes will all be eaten. Ling Ying. I'll say it again, I'm not your girlfriend. It's just a matter of time. Then I haven't agreed yet. Okay. As long as you're happy. Ling Ying. Why did it feel like? Lin Xian was looking at her as if she was his girlfriend. Alright, back to business. Do you know that the 3 great factions will send people to clear out the monsters in Linfeng City the day after tomorrow? Lin Xian suddenly asked. Ling Ying nodded. I know. Many nearby cities know about this. It's not a secret. Instead, the 3 great factions are openly recruiting cultivators to join. After all, the country is paying them, so it's naturally better to have more people. I plan to go, Lin Xian said. Ling Ying frowned slightly. Aren't you afraid of danger? After all, there are so many experts, and I heard that there are some in the law realm. It shouldn't be too dangerous, right? Actually, I plan to go too. Lin Xian. That's perfect. Let's go together. Ling Ying nodded. Okay. Is Han Qishue going? She's not going. It's just me. She wants to stay at home and draw, Ling Ying said helplessly. Draw. Look at her. She's a normal girl. Zither, chess, calligraphy, and painting. What about you? Aside from fighting and eating lollipops, what else can you do? Ling Ying. TCH, she's much more obsessed with martial arts than I am. It's just that she's recently fallen out of love, and is in a bad mood, so she didn't even participate in the Sky Martial Conference. Fallen out of love? She's been in love before? What kind of man can conquer that kind of woman? She couldn't have been dumped, right? I like hearing you say that. That's right, she was dumped by that man, Ling Ying said. Who? A dead person. Lin Xian. Damn. That man couldn't have dumped her and she killed him out of anger, right? Lin Xian shuddered. You're thinking too much. It's just that that man saved her life in the demonic beast domain. And that man died. That's the only way to move that kind of woman's heart. I'm afraid that if there's no special circumstances, that woman might even die alone. Ling Ying shook his head. Lin Xian, you don't say. At that time, I seem to have inadvertently saved a girl. It's just that her face was covered in blood, so I couldn't see clearly. A hero saving a beauty? And then, nothing happened between you two. Ling Ying's lips curled up as he looked at Lin Xian. Lin Xian shrugged his shoulders and said, What the F***ck happened? I haven't seen her since. And you don't know how dangerous it was back then. Yours truly almost died there. If it weren't for my luck, you would have been a widow. Widow your sister. Ling Ying couldn't help but curse. Hey. She's such a beautiful girl. Why do you always curse? This won't do. You have to change and discipline her. Ling Ying. Endure. He mustn't make a move. It wouldn't be good if he accidentally killed him. Chapter 150. Lin Xian was amused to see Ling Ying going crazy, but holding it in. For some reason, Lin Xian liked to see Ling Ying like this. It felt good. That's right. It was very good. Pour me a glass of water, Lin Xian said to Ling Ying. Ling Ying stood up. Wait a minute. She had to pour water just because he asked her to? Who was she, Ling Ying, to Lin Xian? Did she have to serve him? Wasn't there a water dispenser nearby? Couldn't he pour it himself? Pour it yourself, Ling Ying said to Lin Xian in annoyance. Lin Xian. Yo, you still have a temper? Nonsense. Why should I pour water for you? Ling Ying rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. Because I'm a guest. As the host, shouldn't you pour water for me? Is there something wrong with that? Ling Ying thought about it. If she had to put it that way, It was only right for her to pour a glass of water for Lin Xian. All right. When I go to your house as a guest, you'll have to serve me tea as well. Ling Ying looked at Lin Xian and said, Of course. You'll be a guest then. Ling Ying calmed down after hearing Lin Xian's words. She poured a glass of water for Lin Xian and brought it over. What are we going to do after dinner? Lin Xian asked with a smile as he ate. Go back home and find your mothers. Hurry up and go back after dinner. Lin Xian. So disobedient. Not obedient at all. Looking at Ling Ying and thinking about the obedient and gentle Linya at home, the difference was huge. Asking for a beating. Definitely asking for a beating. It's raining outside. We can't go back. Ling Ying looked outside. Why the F***ck is it raining? Moreover, even if it was raining, they could still go home. That's true. Then help me wash the dishes before you go back. Lin Xian. Since he had already come to Ling Ying's house, how could he Lin Xian obediently return? Have you ever seen a big bad wolf enter a little white rabbit's house and leave without eating? How could this be? However, Lin Xian did not expose him. He was not in a hurry. His victory lay in his thick skin. Why aren't you talking? Ling Ying looked at Lin Xian in silence. He ate a mouthful of food and looked at Lin Xian curiously. I'm thinking tonight, the living room, the kitchen, the balcony, or the sofa on the other side of the glass wall, or all of them. Ling Ying was stunned at first, but then he understood. She realized that she couldn't get angry. Every time Lin Xian drove her crazy, he would become even more excited. So, why don't I call Han Chushua and ask her to come to my house? I'll put some drugs in the food, and then you can do whatever you want. Is that okay? No, she'll kill me. That's easy. I'll take a video for you. With the threat of the video, she won't dare to touch you. Won't she be able to do whatever she wants in the future? Okay then. I'll go buy the drugs. You contact someone. Ling Ying. Okay. Ling Ying took out his phone and dialed a number. Lin Xian. Damn. She really called? The other side picked up after a few seconds. What's the matter? Han Chushua's emotionless voice came through the phone. Nothing big. Come to my house for dinner. I've cooked. Lin Xian. Okay, half an hour. Lin Xian hurriedly shook his head at Ling Ying. This woman was crazy. Damn. Han Chushua was here. It wasn't a big deal for Lin Xian to see her. For Lin Xian, it was a good thing for him. This situation was good for them to get along. However, his target wasn't Han Chushua. If Han Chushua came, wouldn't she be ruining Lin Xian's plans? So Lin Xian was scared. Ling Ying saw Lin Xian shaking his head and laughed in her heart. Little guy, you're scared. She realized that she couldn't go crazy or be scared. Both of them were the type of people who would admit that they were scared first. Whoever showed that they were scared first would lose. So when Ling Ying found out, she had to be tough with Lin Xian. No need. I'm already eating. I'm just letting you listen to the sound of me eating. Listen, is it nice? Ling Ying ate a few mouthfuls of food. Boring. Han Chushua said coldly, and then hung up. Ling Ying put down the phone and looked at Lin Xian with a smile. What? You're scared? You're a man and you're scared of this kind of thing. What can you do in the future? Ling Ying teased. She finally won a round. It felt good. Actually, I'm not that kind of person. What's the point of doing this kind of thing? You're a scumbag, Ling Ying said. No. I'm not just a scumbag anymore. I'm a scumbag. Why would I go in that direction? Am I right? I'm a good citizen. Ling Ying chuckled. Then, she continued to eat her meal. Soon they finished their meal. It was quite harmonious, but they kept arguing. I'll help you wash the dishes. Lin Xian walked into the kitchen. Although Ling Ying said that, she didn't want Lin Xian to wash the dishes. She could do it herself. It's okay. You go sit down and rest. I'll wash the dishes. That's great. Love you. After saying that, Lin Xian walked away. Love your sister, Ling Ying said and started washing the dishes skillfully. About 10 minutes later, Ling Ying walked out of the kitchen and saw Lin Xian picking the lock. That's right. This guy was picking the lock of her room. What are you doing? Ling Ying shouted in a tender voice. Lin Xian. Your lock is quite strange. It's semicircular. I was curious. Lin Xian scratched his head and smiled awkwardly. Bastard. Ling Ying scolded angrily. Hurry up and leave. I won't send you off. Ling Ying glared at Lin Xian. What time is it now? It's 9 o'clock. I'm going to sleep. Ling Ying said. That's good. I also sleep around this time. I'm not leaving. Ling Ying. Help me run the water. I want to take a shower. Ling Ying. You. Ling Ying pointed at Lin Xian. She was so angry that she couldn't speak. She had guessed that Lin Xian was going to act like a hooligan. Or, you can show me your bedroom. What's wrong with you? Pervert. You like to look at a girl's bedroom? Ling Ying gritted her teeth. No. You said that you closed the door and locked it. I'm curious if you're hiding something inside. Don't tell me you're hiding a man? Ling Ying nodded slightly. Then the corner of her mouth curled up. That's right. I just had sex before you came. 3 of them. How was it? Are you angry? If you're angry, then hurry up and go back. You're awesome. Lin Xian gave Ling Ying a thumbs up. 3 of them. Only Ling Ying could say that out loud. That's good. You won't lose out if you add me in. Ling Ying. She really didn't play by the rules. Go to hell. Hurry up and go back. Ling Ying said in a pleading tone. I'm not going back. Show me what you're hiding in your bedroom first. Lin Xian acted like a rascal. He felt that this was the right way to deal with Ling Ying. Chapter 151. Last night. Ling Ying simply wanted to crawl into a crack in the ground. Last night, she was really tormented by Lin Xian until she couldn't take it anymore. Then, she begged for mercy, but Lin Xian actually told her to call him Baba. In the end, she called him. Lin Xian finally let her go. Thinking of this, Ling Ying felt ashamed. I remember I said before that I would definitely make you call me Baba. Did I do it now? Lin Xian looked at Ling Ying with a smug face. I want to sleep. Ling Ying really had no energy left in her body. This Lin Xian was simply an animal. Then do you agree to be my girlfriend? In your dreams. Then Lin Xian was about to move again. Don't. Ling Ying quickly grabbed Lin Xian's arm. She was already at her limit. How could this Lin Xian still have so much energy? He really was an animal. Ling Ying really wanted to beat Lin Xian up. She wanted to beat him up to vent her anger, but she couldn't do it. Women in the end were still soft-hearted. So do you agree or not? Lin Xian asked again. I agree. Ling Ying was about to cry. That's right. Lin Xian grinned, kissed her and said softly, go to sleep. You come out first. Ling Ying was about to cry. She swore that this was the second time in her life that she was in such a sorry state. The first time was when they were training outside. Then you can't go back on your words. I promise you. Ling Ying's tears were about to fall. Good girl. Then, Ling Ying didn't think about anything else, and fell into a deep sleep from exhaustion. Ding. Confession successful. Ling Ying. Ding. Ling Ying has become the host's girlfriend. Ding. Congratulations on completing the mission. The mission reward, Instant Shadow, has been issued. Ding. As the host is no longer single, his girlfriend Ling Ying has been identified as a top beauty. The host is rewarded with 5 million scumbag value. Ding. Host, please continue to work hard. Ding. Ling Ying's favorability with the host has reached 70. Ding. You have leveled up to Arcane Body Realm 3 stars. Ding. You have leveled up to Arcane Body Stage 4 stars. Ding. Additional rewards can be given to Ling Ying. The rewards are as follows. Skin whitening by 10%, level increase by 2 stars, and maximum chest scaling by 10%. Confirm the effects. A series of system notifications exploded in Lin Xian's mind. Was this the reward for successfully confessing to a big sister? Wasn't this too exaggerated? 5 million scumbag points skills. And then he actually leveled up by 2 levels. This was something that wasn't included in the quest rewards. An unexpected gain. It's a reward. Also, your breasts don't need to increase. They're just right. Lin Xian replied to the scumbag system in his mind. Taking effect. Effect complete. Congratulations to the host for obtaining an SSS grade girl. You have triggered the scumbag system's advancement quest. Abandon Ling Ying. Lin Xian. Was there something wrong with this system? Abandon Ling Ying. Advancement quest. Abandon your current girlfriend Ling Ying. Quest reward, divine skill, holy splendor. Quest time limit, 1 month. Quest penalty, level reset. Lin Xian. He wanted to die. This was a real scumbag system. A real scumbag. The key was that the penalty for not completing the quest was level reset. He wanted him to abandon Ling Ying? How was that possible? I'm not accepting this quest. Lin Xian replied in his mind. Quest has been forcefully accepted. Are you King crazy? Feeling dissatisfaction from the host, level 3 sky lightning punishment is about to descend. Please retract your words. CK. I've tolerated you for a long time. Ding. Sky lightning level increased to level 999. I'm sorry. Miss System, I was wrong. Ding. Sky lightning punishment cancelled. Lin Xian. Wait, I can't do this quest. Also, I want to tell you that dumping your girlfriend doesn't make you a scumbag. Don't you realize that you're wrong? System. Then what else? The cute female voice of the scumbag system sounded. For example, if I have other girlfriends besides her, isn't that also considered scumbag behavior? System. So please retract this quest. The system obviously paused for a moment, as if it was really thinking about Lin Xian's words. The host's words are reasonable. The quest will be retracted. Wait, leave the reward. Ding. Quest changed to passionate. Reward remains, punishment remains. What? Lin Xian then took a look. Passionate. Advancement quest. Please establish a second girlfriend within a week. Quest reward, divine skill, holy splendor. Quest penalty, level reset. Lin Xian. Good. 1 week. Although the punishment was still as perverted as before. But it should be possible, right? Lin Xian was also somewhat helpless. This system really made him love and hate it at the same time. Lin Xian took a deep breath. After last night, his scumbag points had reached 15 million this morning. It was a huge amount, but it didn't seem like much. After that, Lin Xian looked at the skill, Flickering Shadow, that he had obtained from completing this quest. This was directly enlightening. Lin Xian immediately learned it, so it could be used now. Flickering Shadow, grade unknown. Cost of spiritual energy, 200. Space attribute special skill. After learning it, one does not need to control space to use it. Effect, teleport anywhere within 10 meters. The introduction was very simple, but Lin Xian was very surprised. This was actually a space attribute skill. What made him even more surprised was that this space attribute skill might require one to have control of space. But if one directly learned it, one could use it without having control of space or space attributes. This was the amazing part. One did not need to have space attributes, but could achieve the effect of space attributes. Teleport. Among all the types of martial skills, teleport was probably the rarest one. In an instant, one would appear in another place. In battle, although this martial skill did not have any damage, its effect was incomparably shocking and heaven-defying. 10 meters seemed very short, but it was enough. Lin Xian was very satisfied. The cost of 200 spiritual energy was actually not that high. It could be used sparingly in battle. If it was used continuously, Lin Xian's current spiritual energy would not be able to bear it anyway. This martial skill greatly increased Lin Xian's combat power. He was very satisfied. From last night until this morning, he had been squeezed dry by Ling Ying in exchange for this martial skill. It was 2F** King profitable. After that, Lin Xian looked at his own attributes. Name: Lin Xian. Age: 21. Realm: Arcane Body Realm. 4 stars. Level: 24. Experience: 03300. Scumbag points: 1521010. Strength: 706. Vitality: 736. Agility: 655. Spirit: 545. Spiritual energy: 2850. Talent: Imperial Medical Sacred Technique. Martial skills: Eye of Insight, 5. Thunder Constellation, Heavenly Star Fist, Chi Condensation Strike, Rapid Shadow, Flickering Shadow, Lightning Thousand Slash, 5 Elements Arts, Heavenly Thunder Flash Spiritual Equipment. Dragon Rain Sword Attributes. Metal, Wood, Water, Fire. Earth, Wind, Thunder, permanently activated. Darkness, Light, Space, Time. All attributes can be used once. Permanently activated when enough attribute power is obtained. You're tuning in to the Earbook Haven YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.